Right, okay. Right, short recap from last month because you probably can't remember. You joined the caravan, and in the caravan there was 3 centaur guards, 4 general servants, a priest and 2 acolytes, 18 general lunars, which are 10 men and 8 women. There is 12 baboons, 9 nomads, and 27 Datafal pilgrims. Also who joined the party was a dragon newt, a peasant called Clid, 6 female, they look like Aritha worshippers because they're not wearing very much, they're not carrying weapons or armour, and Fafford and a Grey Mouser.
Ah! Now, I have an idea. Do you think we can find out if any of those people come from a place called Midsummer?
Well, you could ask them.
I hear the population in that village goes down a lot.
Right, one of the baboons had been murdered.
That's our job.
Dvalin has called us together and said, this is getting out of hand. Can you please look into it? And he sends off one of the centaurs to the lunar commander for Moonbroth. And he says, well, we'll get some help because people are getting very upset about the fact that there's been now a second murder.
Oh, but the Lunars won't be very happy if they find out there's nothing going on.
What do you mean there's nothing going on?
That's what I want to know. I want to see where he's going with this.
If we found out who was doing the murders, would you then send another centaur to tell the Lunars not to come?
Yes, well, remember the caravan is camped on the outskirts of Moonbroth in the basically the caravan park, so it won't take them very long. So unless you can pull a Poirot and go, or not even better a Columbo, because I'd love to see Earl go, just one more thing.
It is the plan.
Pull out a Choco Leibniz. That always works.
I'm curious as to what your plan is to find all this out.
Well, so am I.
So do you wish to speak to any of these groups?
Yes,
actually, what I would like is some insight rolls, please.
Insight. Let's bring up my character sheet. Totally forgot to do that.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. There we go. No insight.
Right. Okay. Right. So you don't have any special insight as to what has happened this morning.
Yeah.
Well,
I want to roll Bob, and not that we should take his thing because it's your species, right?
It is, yes. Although I do
Yeah.
tend to use it as a general, like lie detectory sort of thing to read, because it's to read body language and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. So yes, you can certainly go for it with Bobbin. Bobbin's going to make it, isn't he? Because he's like super monkey.
No.
Yes.
nobody rolled the
Bobbin
same as
failed us.
me.
So what can we learn from that? The moons are in alignment. Right. So do you have any plans? Do you want to speak to anybody?
Yes. We should have Bourbon speak to the baboons.
Right.
Who else got murdered? What species was it?
One of the baboons and one of the pilgrims. And everybody's starting to look very upset about this. What would you like? What would you like me to ask, boss?
Well, just ask them, if they know who's doing the murders.
Okay.
They would eat the faces and shit though, really, wouldn't they?
Well, that's a bit prejudiced, to be fair. I mean, I like to consider my clan much more civilized than that. Yeah, we would actually, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. Go on, hop off.
So you've got Lunas, big hairy guy, baboons, dragon newt.
I'm not talking to the dragon newt.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll stay clear of those.
We don't do dragon newt, not after,
If the dragon newts did it, we'll just have to
accept that as the way of life.
that.
Yeah, that's just the way shit goes.
It's like, yeah, you get a pass. Just
Not yourself
out.
Just, let's not mention the whole.
I'm gonna kill this person as well. I'll turn me back. It's fine.
Just the acolyte type person who got killed. Has he got a priest boss or whatever it is? Or
it was the large party of pilgrims, who are basically heading over to the big rubble. The mixed races, but mostly human. But you haven't really spoken to any of the groups individually.
Shall we ever wander and have a chat with the priest?
We should walk around and talk to everyone and be personable.
I mean, I briefly talked to the pilgrims before, and they didn't seem like they knew anything.
Oh, they weren't telling you.
Yeah, but yeah.
The marks on the neck. Did we work out what that was?
No, you didn't. You not. Everybody tried their first aid rolls, and nobody had a clue.
Right.
So yes, it's not a kind of damage that you've seen for any of the weapons before.
I'll have Dag sniff the core.
Okay. Are you saying that you've previously trained Dag in forensic science and he's going to miraculously point his way at the murderer, standing on 3 legs with his tail out straight?
No.
He might roll 0-1.
A, he might roll 0-1. B, they don't know he's not a forensically trained dog.
That's true. Okay.
Tell you what, Earl. We'll get Dr. Sniff the corpse, then we'll all look up at one different group at the same time and go and really suspiciously and go
and hold your chins and go
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll lure
What was it for? A sniffing thing?
I assume it's under some.
He should have search. He should have search smell possibly. If not, it'll just be under his search skill. It should be search by smell or.
He has search.
Sniffing bottoms 100.
Oh!
Dog goes, ooh, tasty. Nom nom nom.
Really?
Right.
Of all the rolls.
I'm sorry, Ricky. I can't help this.
Okay.
Stop me. It's just the world does it to every character.
So Doug goes over. He takes a sniff. He takes another sniff, and then he sort of looks at you out the side of it. Then he takes it tentative lick, and he's like, "Oh," and then he shrugs his doggy shoulders and goes,
Get away from them! Stop it, you lazy bastard! You fucking kill you! I'll chase him around a bit with me shoe.
Right. Right.
Can I get the fucking dogs!
Bobbin wanders off to speak to the baboons. Do you wish to speak to anybody else, or are you going to wait to see what happens?
I think we should talk to some people. I just
Yeah,
don't
we'll
want
go
to
wander to
talk to
the group that the acolyte was killed out of.
Yeah, actually, I'll stick with Bracy. We'll stick together. And I think that Captain Honourable should probably be the one to speak to the Lunars because he's less likely to try to strangle them.
I don't think the Lunars would have done it. No, if you be
They do
realistic, right?
sacrifice baby.
Yeah, yes, but if you think about it realistically, right? Like, killing a baboon and the pilgrim on the way in such a way, wouldn't they just have, like, arrested them, or...
They're not lunar soldiers, they are lunar citizens, so they're dressed in robes and things like that. They're not.
But they are.
They're not lunar secret agents working for Branch 13 or anything like that. That doesn't exist. Of course it doesn't. Nobody's ever heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like basically those are the people that you think. There's the big hairy guy, the dragon who joined in. There was the troll king. There was one big dark troll who had his ears bitten in a certain way. Nobody at all looks suspicious in this caravan, do they?
Everyone looks suspicious. We look suspicious.
I even give Earl a dirty look from time to time.
How deep are the wounds on the body?
They're not deep at all.
And also, like, are they the same impressions?
Yes.
And does it look like it kind of goes up on the same angle, almost, like on each side? Because it was around the neck, wasn't it?
Yes, it does.
Like
it's kind of straight around the neck.
Okay, so it is fine to believe that is just the same person.
Were the bodies found in the camp? Like where they were sleeping, or were they outside of camp?
Yeah, the pilgrim is found amongst the other pilgrims.
Yeah, they just basically found them. They woke up in the morning and they found dead people in amongst. Each little group's got their own little camp to sleep together, and they were just found dead where they'd gone to sleep the night before.
I predict everyone's going to lose their fucking minds tonight and start killing each other.
I mean, that's probably what's going to happen, yeah.
In that case, we should start.
Killing people.
Well, get your retaliation in first.
I was just being curious that is exactly what you were alluding.
Well, it makes sense. Well, it's
I'm not
obviously
even sure it makes sense to him.
we have 2 choices, 3 choices. Find the murderer, right? Leave the caravan and head across country, or 3, kill everyone we think could be the murderer.
Right, okay, so on that third note, that could literally be every...
No, because I know it's not you, or Dag, or the kid, or the monkey. Or probably him either. I've nudged towards Bracy's camp.
You kill him, I'll search the pockets.
That's a point. Were they robbed?
No, they weren't robbed.
Right. Obviously wasteful.
As you were standing discussing amongst each other what to do, Bobbin has wandered off. The priest wanders over with his 2 acolytes. He's got his arms crossed under his robes. He wears the runes of 7 mothers. And he walks over and he says, "Greetings, friends. I am Watu. And I have decided that, being a bit of an amateur investigator myself, I'm going to be looking into these murders." He says, "I have a rather unusual detective style. I'm a bit of a holistic detective, to be honest." He said, "So can I just ask you one question?"
Yes.
He says, "When is a man not a man?" And then looks at each of you in a strange way.
When he's coming over and asking questions like that?
Oh, I'm so tempted to whip my knife out, slap it to his balls and go, when he ain't got any.
When he gets pinned down and castrated by some angry locals, I'll say to him.
And he goes, interesting. And he looks at you and he goes, and you?
Who?
To you two?
I answered. I can't remember what I said. Oh, when he goes around asking questions like that.
All right. I see. And Tracy, is that your answer?
Yep.
So these questions, right, are they meant to elicit a reaction from us that would be telling in your detective?
He said, I can't reveal my methods. He says, but I have to go around and question everybody. He said, I'll have another question for you tomorrow.
Thank you very much. We should kill him.
Right, so he wanders off.
I love how you said that before he left. Like,
Andy!
Yeah, Andy.
A fellow detective has arrived.
Is Andy in Chandler?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's probably just winding up his generator.
Excellent.
Earl, question for you.
Yes.
General question. You know the spirit of magic one, the one that used for seeing people in the dark.
Yeah.
Was it the aura one?
Mm-hmm.
If somebody's shapeshifted or whatever or to look like bigger than human to go into a human, will the aura still be human sized or will it be the original?
I believe you're referring to spirit sight. Is that right?
Yes.
Right. That only tells you how much power he's got.
Right.
So the shape or anything like that, it doesn't. So basically, if you cast it on the caravan, not only will you be partially blind, but you'll basically see different colours depending on how much power people have. So how much they magically influence the world.
Yeah.
Right. You do notice the big hairy guy. He looks kind of irritated. He's off by himself. He seems to be muttering to himself.
That's my cue. I'll walk over Boulder's brass with Dag.
Okay, I'm going to follow in tow to make sure he doesn't make any enemies.
All right, mate. How you doing, like?
Right, he has a big booming Brian Blessed voice. He's like, this is not a good day.
It's not like, is it? People are dead. Never a good start.
They are.
And there's Luna's asking questions. That's never a good start.
He's got enormous corded muscles, a big hairy chest, and a big bushy beard.
Can you lift me off the ground?
He looks, he goes, yes, if you really wanted us to.
Please.
Okay. Okay, he grasps you, he grabs hold of the front of your jerkin.
Gentle! I bruise very easily.
23, yeah, he easily lifts you up. He's like enormous cords of muscles just all go taut. You can almost hear the snapping sound and he just literally lifts you off the ground as if you were a small child. One-handed.
You can put us down now, thank you very much.
Right, he puts you down.
It's not him.
How do you know this?
He pulled his fucking head off.
Yep. The necks would have been smashed to pieces. I think they've been throttled.
Right, can you give me some more insight rolls, please?
I'm very insightful.
I take a Bobbins and you make one because he's off.
Yeah, he's off talking to the baboons. Yeah, right. He puts you down. He walks off muttering himself. You seem to notice him scratching his arms, but other than that, you can't. It does seem a little unusual because he's like scratching and scratching and scratching.
Yeah, mate. What's up with your arms? Are you all right?
I've got a bit of sunburn. I hear that somebody in the caravan knows a good cure for it.
Oh. I wouldn't listen to too many people about that. It seemed to cause an awful lot of trouble yesterday.
Oh, thank you. I will have to.
I can heal it if you like. Would you like us to heal it for you?
No, it's all right.
I'm very good at it.
No, honestly, don't trouble yourself.
Would you like a tattoo? I can do them as well.
Oh God.
No, thank you.
Very nice to meet you, mate.
Nice to meet you too.
That's how all my conversations with people end.
You notice he's got like one streak of grey in his beard, like right in the middle, down from the centre of his lip.
And now there's another streak. I have to turn it to him.
Right, so you can give me a bourbon roll on. It's intrigue, and he'll be terrible at it because intrigue is the like streetwise. I want to learn things skill.
And remember, we're talking about bourbon.
Okay,
right?
So bourbon with his 5% chance succeeds.
Is he now wearing a mac and a fedora?
He is, yes. He's like, well, and the Dane walked into my office. Right. So, what would you like him to ask about? Because he's quite successfully performed it.
Did he see any? Did they see any murder? Was the murdered parties interacting with one group in common?
No. The leader's a guy called Zivki, and one of them's a priest who held a short prayer before bed. Everybody attended. They all went to sleep, and then when everybody woke up, he was found dead. Andy, if you can speak on Discord, then feel free to just chime in and say hello.
I figured the lack of sound was his Discord not working.
I think he's having a problem with Discord again, yeah. Right, so you've spoken to a couple of people, and you hear the sounds of marching, and coming out of Moonbroth, it looks like the entire lunar garrison has been scrambled. They're all coming marching out. They've got their uniforms and their armor on, but like the helmets are like at funny angles and things like that, as if they've been assembled emergency. And the centurion approaches the caravan, and there's literally all of the lunar soldiers here. There's a lot of them.
I'll turn round to McLovin and say, "Do you know what you call a lunar patrol at the bottom of the sea?"
No, what?
A good start.
That does put a hole in the third option when we're talking about plan.
Yes, true.
Right, so Dvalin comes over and he says, "Come on, let's go and speak to this centurion." Yeah, so he goes over to him.
I'll have a wander over in my official capacity as shit.
Don't we know?
And he says, right, so the lunar centurion is standing there with his honour guard. Behind him is the massed ranks of soldiers. They've all turned out, holding full weapons and shields. And he says, "I'm Marcus, and I'm the commanding officer in charge of the Moonbroth garrison."
I'll shake his hand and go, "Thank you very much. How are you doing, mate?"
Right,
I'm Krodan.
He stands there with his hands on his hips. He doesn't offer to shake his hand. He just sort of looks down.
I'll look at my hand and then I'll pat him on the shoulder and go, "Nice to meet you too."
Right, as you do, all the elite honour guards for them sort of like clinkers. They're all sort of like move forward a little bit, and he waves them away, and he says, "Right, your centre, Haram. He's informed me of the terrible accident you've had."
"Oh, it wasn't an accident. It was murders."
He says, No, you don't understand. This is a cushy little place. This garrison. He said,
Gotcha.
The official reports will say he had a terrible accident and he fell over and broke his neck. And that is what the official reports are going to say. He said, so, if you lot would not mind packing up your caravan and continuing on, we have a lot of hot baths to take and figs to eat.
Important military business.
Yes, Tefalum looks absolutely like, what is going on here?
You see, it's how the military work. I'll explain it to you when you're older. It's all right, Governor, we've got this. I'll look into. I'll give him a really terrible salute and turn around and walk off and tug the caravan master along behind us.
Right, he's spluttering up.
They'll fucking kill us, you idiot, rather than have to report. Reporting a missing caravan is easier than reporting a spate of murder. It's less paperwork. They'll blame it on the rebels. Shut up.
Right, he says, right, everybody get, and he calls them all and says, right, everybody get packed up, we need to move. So you load the dead baboon onto the baboon wagon. The soldiers all stand around casually, at ease, as it were, until you all pack the wagon up and you all push off at a Moonbroth.
I'll wave. The kid will wave with us. Come on, kid. Wave at the soldiers.
Right. Okay. Alan, High King of Sartar, waves to the soldiers.
Alan?
Remember, cheeky smile, Alan. Cheeky smile.
He says, right, what I'm going to do is, I've got create market. What I'm going to do is create a market around the caravan every night. And then that'll keep enemies out, so there shouldn't be any more murders.
Unless the murderer is already here.
No, you cannot do bad shit in the market. It gets really fucking dangerous.
Yeah, create market basically creates a safe space, so everything will be fine from here on out.
Already.
There's no cults that you can think of that, know ways around the market, is there? And I'll look poignantly at
McLovin.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you looking at me?
What?
Well, I'll take McLovin one side. You know this market spell?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're sort of a borrower and keeper of other people's things as a profession.
That's a thief, by the way.
Would you go so far to say there is absolutely no way around this spell and no one's ever robbed anyone in a market?
Would I know that, Richie?
You would know that it's a bad thing to do is to rob and murder and steal inside of a created market.
It's very, very bad.
I agree. But can it be done?
Can I roll on anything to see if I know if anything's been done to beat that spell, or?
You can roll a local law, which is homeland law.
And fail. Because he's not Bob.
Yeah, if it was Bourbon, he'd know. Bourbon's like, well, there was a famous thief 3,000 years ago. Holy shit.
Yeah.
He fails.
Not that I know of, but I haven't tried.
Andy, I don't know if you can hear us or if you can type.
I hope.
Hey! Here.
There we go. You say it's me and technology's what it is.
Not a good one.
Our duck has joined us finally. Right, did you watch the video for last week? Last month, sorry.
Did I watch the video for last week? Yes, of course I did.
Right, so basically they are they're trying to figure out what's happening, who's been murdered. And you're basically being hired as guards to go on this caravan. So if you have any ideas, then please feel free to join in.
This is Alan. Say hello, Alan.
Hello.
Hello, Alan.
Earl,
Yes.
I'm still willing to bet that somebody gets murdered tonight.
I bet you 10 lunars, 2 people get murdered tonight.
I'm gonna say 3.
3. You're on 1. I'm on 2. You're on 3. Should we put it? Oh, hey! I'll start a book.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't read.
Right. So as you're travelling along, Zigvi, who is the one of the head baboons, he is wearing a torque, and he's wearing robes, which is unusual for baboon. He comes over, and he says, "Hello there. I wonder if I could interest any of you in a financial proposition."
Always. It's my favourite type of my second favourite type of proposition, but financial's a good one. Go ahead, tell.
He said, "You know that muppet Clid?"
No.
Clid is the guy who's going to go to Pavis to make his fortune as an adventurer.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
He says, "Right, well, he came to me because I'm a jewel trader by profession." And you're looking at this baboon going, "A jewel trader? Okay, I can say that." He says, and he's got a gem that he wants to sell to finance his start as an adventurer in Pavis. He says, now he thinks it's only worth a couple of 100 lunars, but I've evaluated it, and it's worth a couple of 1,000.
Okay.
Right.
He says, so if you can get it off him cheap, then I will happily pay you 100 lunars. I tried to buy it off him myself, but he doesn't trust me, and he wouldn't deal with us.
Right. You do know what clan I'm from, right?
He says,
I'll like squat down so I'm eye level with him and go, you know, I'm a grey dog, right?
he has rolled on your reputation. He goes, yeah, I've heard of you.
And we invented this shit.
He said, he nods and he goes, point taken, gentlemen. It was nice having a word with you.
See you later, little friend.
See you later now. He turns around and shuffles off.
Fucking amateurs.
The other thing that happens this day is it's not a full road, it's like a well-worn track. It's split into 2, and there's been a rock slide over one side, so he says, we'll have to cut round and go the other way.
Yeah.
We should get some scouts out first.
Well, the centaurs are out all the time. If you want to scout ahead as well, that's fine, but the centaurs are always out.
I think we'll just make sure our humacties are near the front, you know, in case there's any ambushy type situations that come about.
Yeah, if only that was a thing that you got.
I don't know that. You've got the reputation of not doing it. Oh no, that's all I'm thinking. Oh, wrong ones.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah.
Sorry. User assassins, aren't you?
Yeah, we deal with assassins. Usually by
disappointing.
sold.
Right, so you continue along the path. Nothing else major seems to happen. The path does wind up into increasingly hilly ground, and then it sort of winds into what appears to be like a ravine with rocks rock walls either side. At that point, the centaurs come riding back. Go over to Dvalem, and they have a word with him, and he beckons you over.
I'll wander over. While stringing my bow as I walk.
He says the scouts have come back. He said there's definitely something amiss between in this ravine here. It's high walls on either side, but there's a wide flat area that leads through it. He said, but they've definitely picked up something. I want to send out scouts who are slightly less conspicuous than centaurs.
Frighten yourself. Not a problem.
Do they think it's in the valley or on the valley walls?
He said,
or can't they not sure?
What they said was, it's too quiet out there.
I'll run up one side of the valley walls with Dag. And if you want to either take the other side of the valley or along the bottom.
I'll go along the bottom, it's fine.
You're going to do your anti-ambush technique, aren't you? Of walking along until you're ambushed and then beating them to death with a...
Yeah.
That's my favourite tactic. Can I ask a question? I'll say at the caravan and I'll lean towards them conspiratorially. If we do this, will you give us a big bag of flour?
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
I hate it when Earls asks for stuff like that. Okay, Andy, are you? You're obviously part of this group as well, going out to scout. Earl's going up left or right, Earl?
Right, obviously. I'll turn round to where I'll wander over to Fafford and the Grey Mouse.
Yeah.
Lads, there's probably an ambush up ahead.
Fafford says, yeah, it looks like a good ambush spot. Probably missile fire from up on either side.
Yeah, I'm going to pop up right side to have a look. Just in case there's some shit goes down. I figured you want to get in the middle for a bit of a...
Yeah, no problem.
See you in a bit, lads. Right, I'll get Dag.
Ryan's...
Do you think it's worth splitting up, Earl? Or
Ryan's walking down the middle of the thing,
yep.
Is that correct? Yeah. Okay, that means Andy and Brissy, where would you like to go?
No, we'll go left then.
Well, if Earl's going left, why don't we go right? And then
no, I'm going right.
Earl's going right.
All right, well, we'll go left then.
Yep.
Right, I'll make sure my army buckles are done up and that. I'll duck my head down and me and Dag will start right, like hunting, running.
Yeah, I'll flick my sword out and be at the ready, essentially.
Right, okay. Right, so are you, other than Ryan, who's just walking like
nonchalantly down the middle of the valley.
Where. Just walks down the middle. Earl, are you sneaking or are you?
I am keeping low but moving fast. So I'm not being particularly sneaky, but I'm you know how trying to think how to describe it.
I double check the rules on this. So what you do is you roll a move quietly and use that to augment a hide roll, and that's how you do both. So roll a move quietly first. A success. Okay, so you've got plus 20 on your hide roll. So now you roll a hide roll. So you are moving silently, but you succeed. You succeed because you're plus 20, so you can tick both of those skills. Right, so Earl disappears like a ghost up the right-hand side.
Fucking Dag sniffing.
Right, Mr.
Oh, where's Borbin? Borbin can follow me. We don't want him down the middle.
Yeah, Borbin will join.
He can give me missile support.
Right. Okay, Mr. Quacktavish, are you sneaking or are you just...
I'll sneak.
Yep,
and I'll
move
probably
quietly.
sound like somebody in them big long clown shows.
He's sneaking.
Yeah, Yeah, go on then. So both of you make move quietly rolls and then hide rolls.
Can you make some rolls for me? Because I still haven't quite figured that bit out yet.
I certainly can. I'll open your character sheet up.
Car. See, told you.
Right, yeah. So you're making a flappy noise.
Quiet flappy.
And you're not particularly well hidden either. So you're basically, you think you're hidden, but you're just sort of climbing up the side of the rocks, knocking rocks loose, and they're falling down, going clank, 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 clank. Like Ryan's at the bottom, like looks up and he's like, really? And Bracey, go ahead.
Oh my god. I'm just as bad. Yep.
Yeah.
You spend all your time turning around at McQuavish going, don't stand there, don't stand there, don't stand there, don't move that. Oh, good God.
Yeah, you're just knocking rocks down, and it's like literally you're making it more obvious that you're trying to sneak ahead.
Can Bobbin try and sneak up next to Krodens?
He certainly can, yeah.
So he can do it in the same vein where his move quietly augments his hide, right?
Yes, that's the way you do it, yes.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Oops.
Right, so he's at minus 50% to hide.
God damn it.
Did I just hear someone fall off a tree?
So
that was Bobbin farting or something.
So yeah, so literally he starts sneaking up and he goes, that's like this massive echoey fart that echoes down the canyon.
He just looks at Krodens and then just shrugs.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm sorry, it must have been those insects I ate. Right, so now you've advanced ahead of the caravan. Would you please now give me some scan rolls?
I'm calling it now. We're gonna get back to the caravan, and then people have died whilst we've been away.
Success.
It's gonna happen. So Bobbin scan, Kane scan. Oh damn!
Well, I can't see a feckin' thing, but feckin' Dag can.
Bobbin see everything.
I'm like looking the wrong way, and Dag's like.
Yeah, Kane succeeds. Bobbin succeeds. Of course, Bobbin succeeds. He's super baboon.
Except with stealthing, apparently.
Yeah, he's not a stealthy.
He hid.
He did hit. He just let out an enormous rippling fart. Right. Okay. So what you see is in rocks either side. There's at least 10 brew on the left hand side, 10 brew on the right hand side, all crouched behind rocks.
Oh shit!
It's a drew.
Oh, that's a bad thing.
They're not sure whether they've seen you. They probably have seen some of you, to be fair, but you just notice them all crouching behind rocks. You know, like occasionally somebody will move and you'll see like an elbow move and things like that.
Are they up on the top of the cliffs?
No, they
like up on the top of the valley.
No, it's like a rocky valley, and they're basically hiding behind rocks in the valleys and in gullies and things like that. You sort of freeze as you see the sheer number of them.
So am I above them?
No, they're like literally like scattered out either side, up and down.
Right.
They're about 30 meters away.
This is going to go really badly. I need an incredibly clever plan, quick.
Yeah, he has sent you out to scout. He hasn't sent you out to attack things that you're outnumbered 5-1 against, though.
Yeah, but I'll Dag,
By the door.
go and get everybody. Go down and get Fafford the Grey Mouser and all the big hard-looking blokes and tell them that, oh, you can't talk, can you? Bollocks!
It's not Lassie, unfortunately.
I'll creep back to where Bourbon is and go, Bourbon, run down, tell them there's 20 fucking brew up here, 10 either side of the ravine, and in a minute it's gonna kick off. So they better get up here sharp.
Everybody is Andy's made a scan. I keep forgetting I have to do Andy rolls. So it's not just you. Everybody succeeded at their scan rolls. Literally everybody goes, oh, there's a whole shitload of brew down here.
I'm going to send Bourbon back to get the people with the weapons while I get ready to start shooting.
Yeah, is there any cover next to where I am? Because I have a feeling I'm going to...
You're about to get shot a lot.
Yeah.
I can distract them once I've got some magic going.
What, 20 of them?
Yeah, easy.
Bourbon will kill one around.
Bourbon's running off to get help. I think
he's got really long range, right? We'll believe in him, okay?
Right, okay. Bourbon runs off. Bracy, Andy, again, you see a whole load of brew. Either side, hidden up and down the valley.
Bracy doesn't know what brew are.
Brew are goat-headed men, a bit like a satyr. They are the most vile chaos beasts, basically.
I was going to say chaos beasts.
Vile chaos beasts in Glorantha. They literally can breed with any living thing.
They're very rapey.
And they carry diseases. They've got chaotic features. They're absolutely horrendous. Right.
From where I am, can I have a look to see if we're on the left hand side? Aren't we, Andy?
Yes, I think so.
Can I see from where on the left hand side, guys, where the furthest left hand one is? Can I work my way around? You know, so I'm going to approach from the side on rather than head on. I'm just looking. I'm not actually scouting.
You're just looking, right?
I'm just looking.
They're all grouped fairly close together in like a ambush maneuver, right? Okay.
I don't suppose there's any way we could get up above them and chuck rocks at them. You know, or start a rock slide type of thing.
You could climb above them, but it doesn't look like they're loose enough to cause an avalanche or anything.
Yeah, right.
Right. Can I have some battle rolls from you, please?
Battle?
Andy's quite good at battle rolls.
Oh, I am as well.
Yeah, it's a soldiery skill. It's basically tactics.
I'm brilliant at tactics.
What's that come under?
Oh,
knowledge.
Bloody hell, I am.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
no.
Right, don't forget to keep ticking your skills. Right, Earl and Andy, you're basically trying to sneak, but Andy, you realise that you've been making enough noise that they should have attacked you. You realise that they seem to be too visible for an ambush, that they're not well hidden. It's almost as if they want to be seen. Earl, you come to a similar thought on the other side. The Bourbon's just reached the wagons, and
oh shit!
The caravan.
So the
caravan rolls to a stop, and then you hear an almighty calamitous row from basically echoing all around the valley, all the way around the caravan, coming from behind you.
I fucking knew it. I knew it.
It's an ambush.
I think we ought to hurry back down and lend a hand.
Yes. I'm going to try to back up from where I am, like hastily, and then once I've got a bit of distance away, start running back towards the caravan. Right,
there's a great calamitous lot of noises, and then a horn breaks out, and all of the brew ahead of you like break cover and start running down the ravine towards the caravan. You turn and you see like the caravan is surrounded, and it looks like there could be 100 brew surrounding the caravan.
Oh dear.
Crap.
So the 20 brew that are up ahead come running towards you. I assume you just turn and run to the caravan.
Have they seen me?
They have not seen you, Earl, but they've
I'm
seen
gonna let
everybody
them
else.
Run straight past.
Right.
And then once they're past, I'm going to stand up, cast Protection 4, and start shooting in the back.
Just out of curiosity, now is probably not the time for me to mention this, but where's Alan?
Alan's at the caravan.
Shit, I thought you were going to say that.
Oh god.
Yeah, but I bet you I kill more than you do.
Right.
That only counts as one.
Right. So, obviously, Bracey, you don't realise this. I don't know whether you poke Bracey in the back and go, we should probably run, Andy. Kane, you haven't twigged on any of this. You just see like an enormous riot of noise. You see the brew break out from ahead of you and start running. Then there's a sound of a horn.
Can you move and still cast like magic?
You can, yes, but only if you move half your rate.
Right. Okay.
You have enough time to run back to the caravan because obviously they were quite a distance ahead of you.
Okay. I'll run back to the caravan. Do the brew look like what weapons are they? Are they using primarily range weapons or?
They carry a mixture of clubs, spears, slings. A very few carry swords, axes, but mostly natural weapons.
Okay.
Right, Krodan, you're staying hidden, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to wait till they've ran past. Then when the past us, I'm going to cast Protection 4. I'm going to wait till about 100 yards away. Then we'll start plugging them in the back, the rearest one, and work my way to the front. Honourably shooting them in the back.
And we also have... right, Bracey, are you following? Andy goes, "It's a trap!" and then runs around and goes flap, 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 and runs off back towards the caravan.
Did he just say it's a quack?
Does he say like Admiral Akbar? It's a trap.
Yeah, it does actually. He's a duck.
Okay, yep, I'll follow him.
Right, so there we go. We have... Right. You people run back to the caravan. This is your small area of caravan. Alan is there with Bobbin. Alan's hiding in the wagon. You see an enormous host of brew come charging out. All the caravan guards, everybody draws weapons to start forming a defensive circle around the wagon.
Do any of these wagons move fast enough that if somebody was to leap in one and set off at the gallop directly towards the brew, could you sort of bust through and charge off down the road and hopefully some of them would follow you?
No, sadly they're not racing chariots. They're just like goods wagons.
Okay.
How far away are we from the garrison? Half a day?
Too far. Yeah.
Too far?
Too far.
Too far, yeah.
Now, if we had a really fast mount, we could go to the block, because I know some guys there would love to.
Yeah.
Right. The whole thing descends into one giant chaotic battle surrounding the trailers. The brew don't seem to be attacking in any kind of tactics or strategy. It's basically just everybody piles on. Literally, you're faced by 10 brew. You lot that's at the thing, 10 brew come running towards you. and you just think this looks quite bad, can you please roll some initiative?
Is this definitely only brew, or can I say anything or anybody that might be controlling them and directing operations?
No, so far you can only see brew. Quite a wall of brew, but it is brew.
Can you stick my character on here so I can access the tile, even though I'm at a distance?
I certainly will.
I'll just consider myself out of the way and sniping.
Yeah, I popped this on there mainly so you can access your skills and things. And the tracker, where's the tracker?
While everyone's running into position, I've had time to get protection 4, right?
Right. Hold on, I'm sorry, I need to reset the clear list. Yes, clear the list. Right, okay, so can you please re-roll your initiative?
What's that under again, Rich? Sorry.
If you click on your token, there should be a thing that says initiative.
Good grief, I've actually managed to do something.
Hey, technology.
I'm getting a hang of this.
Ah, you'll be mastering the internet in no time and starting a .com.
Nearly time to put the quill penning away.
I wouldn't. Not yet. But you should stop drawing on the screen with it, because that's just not working.
No,
I know, because you have a heck of a job trying to polish all the ink off afterwards.
Right, I am placing some brew counters on. This is not representative of the entire host of over 100 brew, just so you know.
This is just the ones we're dealing with currently.
Right, you deal with, right, you form, so you can move your characters basically. Alan is hiding on the wagon. And where else would you like to?
I'd like Baldwin to be on the wagon as well, but to be able to, like, basically guard Alan. Would he be able to have, like, line of sight on any of the brew if he was, like, standing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I can't seem to get my turn order thing working, Rich. Well, I'm getting to like a little spinny. Oh, God. Is there any way to roll it manually, or?
Yeah, I've done it fair. Right. Okay, so basically you fall back to the wagon. Where would you like to stand?
Well, I want to be over there next to whatever's pulling the wagon, so if needs be, I can grab the reins in case it decides to go charging off somewhere.
Right.
Because everybody else is bigger than me, so I might at least try to stop the wagon from disappearing with Alan in the back of it.
Right, got you. Kane, are you just the way you are?
Yeah, I'll be on this side, I'll go to the other side and just protecting the horses, essentially.
Kane's about to start murdering. You can see it coming, kind.
How many? If they're charging us, how many turns is it going to take to get to us?
Right.
4 squares on 1 turn?
No, they're 1 meter squares. So basically, that's just a host of brew. Come charge at once. You've got 2 turns where you can cast defensive spells, or if you wish to cast before you engage in combat.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to do, while they're running down there, I'm going to dump off their prop.
Right, well, the first thing I'm going to do is add Earl Prot 4 +1. So there's your Earl Prot 4.
Yeah, I'll cast Prot 2 as well, but...
Yeah, I think I'm going to cast Prot 2 and Blade Sharp 2.
Yeah, success on Prot.
Wait a minute. Where's me character shade? No, not that.
Where's my magic skill hiding?
Right, there you go. I've added all of your spells onto the counter.
Thank you very much.
Right, so you start hearing the clash of arms behind you and to the sides as other groups have started engaging. Because you're at the front, because you were the guards, obviously, you see literally those 20 brew come running down towards you in one enormous group, and you're like, there's 20 brew. Minus Earl, would you like to take a bow shot at some?
I will stand up from behind a rock after the past. I'll wave at these guys down the bottom, wait till they're about 100 yards away from us, and shoot the rear one in the...
There's your brew, Earl.
Thank you very much.
So, right, so will there be 20 brew facing them or 19 brew?
2 damage.
20.
To the right leg. Right. That does not get through its armor, I believe.
Does it even notice?
No, it doesn't even notice. It keeps running.
All right, I'll shoot it again when it's my turn.
Right. You'll get a second shot because they've all run back to the caravan and have cast the defensive
All right,
magics.
I'll shoot again then.
Right. It notices as it takes 6 in the left arm.
Does it notice where it comes from?
Yeah, because like basically you shoot, it's from behind, and it'll turn around and say you can make a quick hide roll to see if you can duck back into cover.
Yeah, go on. I'll try and duck back in the cover.
It only looks slightly damaged. There's a nick out of its arm and it is bleeding, but it's not too bad.
I didn't duck back in
Right,
the cover.
you duck back down and go, haha, you can't see me, and it looks at you and goes, it snorts and like vapor comes out of its nostrils and it's like, and it comes charging towards you. Right, so
Awesome.
thanks to Kane's krodens destruction, you only have a group of 19 brew actually charge towards you. They're like two movement rounds away from you, charging. You hear an enormous earth-shattering roar behind you, like nothing that you've ever heard. If you would like to make some animal law rolls, please.
Oh dear.
Can you do mine for me, please?
Certainly
I can't
can.
find the character sheet.
You're
I
not
hope that's
Where is
not
the
as
character
dragony
sheet,
as
by
it
the way?
sounds.
right. You're not great at animal law, I'm afraid.
Didn't think I would be.
I'm not 3 bad.
Right, you're pretty good at it. Okay, Earl, this giant roar you hear from behind, all you see now is like a throng of brew surrounding the caravan. And you hear from the middle of this enormous roar, and you think it's some kind of bear. But it's not like any kind of bear you've ever hunted. And then what happens is...
Are we going to be talking flying brew here?
Yeah, so coming hurtling from behind you, there's an enormous black shape, just literally barrels into the brew, scattering them literally in all directions, literally knocking them flying through the air. You see the brew screaming as they go down under the claws. You notice that the bear's got a white mark in its fur underneath where its mouth is.
Yeah, we know who that is. It's our mate.
And he literally piles into this brew, go flying in all directions. There's limbs coming off. There's just howling and squealing. There's blood flying, leaving you with a mere 2 brew who actually get away from this thing that step forward to fight you.
Okay.
Right. Next up, we have Mr. Quacktavish.
Are they close enough to poke now?
Yes, they're close to these two. You can forget about these two. These are being thrown about all over by this gigantic bear.
Right. Well, I suppose I had better poke my short sword into that one, hadn't I?
Yes. Did you cast any spells or?
I can't find me. Still can't find me character sheet, so no, I haven't.
Right. Okay then.
I probably should have done, but I haven't.
You can't go wrong with a bit of protection and blade sharp.
What spells have you got? You've got Fire Blade, Healing, and Repair. Is your 3 spells? Unless you bought,
right.
Unless you bought any.
I don't remember buying any. Well, fair enough. Since I didn't, I won't, and I'll just manage as I am.
Right. Okay. So you take a pokey stab. Do you have your? You should have your. If you click on your token, you should have your little.
Yep.
Thing turn up. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
There we go.
Hit on the left leg. Right. He will try. He's carrying a club, and a medium shield, which he fails to parry. But you only do a minor wound on his left leg. They're wearing scraps of leather and hide. And you've done a minor cut to Mr. Brew. Next up we have McLovin.
Right. So how many can I move and still attack?
You can move... yes, so you can move half your movement and still attack.
Right.
So you can easily move from there.
Okay. I'm going to move up and have the one in front of Kane then.
Right. Okay, go ahead.
You've got this.
You've got a blade sharp key you should have. Or if you click on your token. It should say Axe BS2. It does, Blade Sharp 2 Axe. I'm clicking. Click on your token.
Yeah, I got it out.
And you still miss. But at least you miss on the head. Next up we have Kane.
I'm just gonna, take a swing at this one. Really? I just keep missing his head. Oh god.
Right, so now we have the Brew. Andy, the one facing you takes a swing at you with the club.
Right.
Criticals in the abdomen.
Not if I can get my small shield in the way.
Yes, you do need to get your shield in the way. Right, you block 8 points of that, leaving 10. It's still going to hurt quite a lot. You have 5 points of armor in the abdomen. You lose 1 point off your shield, so it now only blocks 7 points. So that is 5 points go through. You have 5 points in the abdomen, so you're not hit points. So it hasn't killed you, but Andy takes a mighty hit in the bollocks. Literally, his poor little feathered eyes go across. He goes oof like that, and both his legs give out from under him, and he collapses to the ground. Disgraceful. Right, and the other Brew will attack Kane with his club. Also criticals.
Right, I'll attempt to parry. Really?
Uh-oh.
Right, Kane fails to parry.
I only have 7 armor in that location. Oh.
Also hits you in the abdomen for... so you've got 7, so 9 points.
So it's 9.
9 to your abdomen. So basically,
Yeah.
the Brew both run up, smack you in the bollocks with these mighty clubs, and you both
Unbelievable.
collapse to the ground.
Actually shocked at this turn of events.
So Bobbin gets a hit in them.
Bracy, save them.
Okay.
Show them how it's done.
Okay.
Okay.
Bobbin, do you want to use your mighty sling against one of these brew?
Yeah, you'll fire. Yeah, you'll fire at the brew on Quacktavish. We're just gonna die to these two brew. That's it. It's just gonna kill everyone.
Two genuinely normal average brew. Right, okay. Now the horrible thing is your brew hasn't had a parry, so the brew that was fighting you now tries to headbutt Bracy and succeeds.
Oh God.
Don't fumble. Please don't fumble.
Right.
Ooh,
Right.
Easy.
Somehow this brew manages to bend down so far that he would have headbutted you in the right leg, but you dodge out of the way, and he just looks foolish. It springs to mind that if you can bend down far enough to do that, you must be able to bend down to do other things.
Oh God!
As he bends down, I take his head.
That's what he was trying to do.
Right. Okay, that's a number I needed to roll. Right. So at the end of the first round, you should both collapse to the ground on 0 points in the abdomen. You can defend from the ground, but it's not looking good. The brew grin and look as if they're going to be feasting tonight on your flesh. Right. The combat swirls around you through the break in the combat. You see Fafford and the Grey Mouser fighting 3 brew. You've never seen anybody fight like this. You've normally got either a soldier or a warrior. A soldier works together in a rank. They all attack as one big unit. What your tribes always fight as individual warriors, where you'll run out, you'll make individual charges. You're about to prove your personal glory, so you'll try to fight one-on-one. These two look like the one being with 4 arms. They're fighting, and the weapons are just a blur. And then suddenly the Mouser turns around and he stabs Fafford straight in the chest, right in the heart. But at the very last second, Fafford lifts his arm, spins around. The brew that was fighting Fafford takes the Mouser's rapier in his eye, and Fafford turns around, swings over the Mouser's head and takes the head of the other brew clean off. They're both actually grinning and look as if they're enjoying themselves. So then they both turn around and face the final brew, who literally shats himself. And then basically all of the combat swirls around you again. Right, now what I need to do is make another roll for this round. 3. Right. So, first up we have Krodens.
How far away is the brew that's charging at me?
Did Bobbin have a shut off?
He did. He did a terrible thing.
All right. Yeah, sorry, I missed that. Sorry.
How far is this brew that's running us away?
Right. He was about 8 meters away when he turned round. So you've got time to either shoot him or pull your weapons out before he gets to you.
I'll cast Fire Arrow.
Right, you cast Fire Arrow, and then presumably you shoot Mr. Brew.
I'll shoot him to death.
You shoot him to death.
I can't find my magic button.
It's power times 5.
If you click your token. Yeah.
And it fails.
And you fail.
I'll shoot him anyway.
Right. Okay, go ahead. Give it just a normal bow roll. Special and impale. Right. That does hurt him. His shield is not covering his abdomen, so the arrow sinks into him, and he literally runs at you his legs give out underneath him and he goes crashing to the ground in front of you with the arrow sticking clean through his
Can I jump over him and start running towards the...
Clean through his knackers? You can. Give us a jump roll. Because I love making you do rolls.
Oh dear.
I almost made it.
You go to jump over him and you literally trample over him and like stamp all over him and he's going ow, 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 ow as you like stamp all over his back and then run off.
Right, I'll start running down towards while knocking another arrow.
Right. You go down like more Salah versus a piece of grass.
Right, Mr. Quacktavish, you're lying on the floor. Your abdomen's been disabled. You can defend from the floor and cast Hail, or you can attack from the floor, but it'll be at a penalty.
I may as well attack from the floor. What? Aye, why not?
You're under his defences, just where you want him.
Exactly.
He's fell for your couldn't trap.
Stab him in his goody nuts.
That's what I'm planning. Let's have a look, see.
Nice.
Right, yeah, you slash at the abdomen. He attempts to parry with his shield, which he does. So you take a wild swing, cursing him, but he smiles and he easily knocks you blow aside. Obviously, you're lying on the floor and you can't get any force behind the blow. Right, next up we have McLovin.
I am going to move up one square and hit the brew. Hopefully. Play chop 2 axe.
Finally hit him in the head.
Wow.
Head.
Good
Whack.
job.
Right, he tries to parry. He fails. Right, you do how much to the head?
13.
13 to the
points.
head. Right, okay.
Head for head.
You strike him clean between the eyes with your axe. You chop off one of his horns and a good portion of his head, and he collapses dead to the floor.
Cool.
Are these 1 meter squares?
Yes.
Okay.
Drifting in from the right hand side, you see another bruise managed to break free from the combat. Next up we have Kane. Kane, you're lying on the floor.
Can I move a meter on the floor and turn and attack still? Or
Well, you'd be crawling on your hands and knees, so no, because obviously if you throw your shield away, then you can crawl on your hands and knees. Well, not on your hands and knees, you're literally crawling with your abdomen's disabled, so you'd be crawling on your elbows.
heal 2 won't let me stand up.
Heal 2 would, yes, you've just got to get your abdomen to positive hit points.
Yeah. So it wouldn't work. That's the reason why I'm not doing it.
What's how many hit points have you lost now?
9 in the abdomen, so it's a -2.
You need at least healing 3.
Yes.
You can cast healing 2 this round and then healing 2 the next round, or
I thought you could only cast.
No, you can spam them. No, you can spam
you
them.
can spam here. The advantage.
I'm just used to the rules that we use. That's all. So. I'll heal myself then, I guess. Or attempt to.
Right, you cast Tailor 2 and you lose 2 magic points and you are back to 0 on your abdomen. Awesome. Right, next up we have a brew. Right, which is the one towering over Andy. He grins and tries to smash you with his club. But he misses. And you, which is good because he would have hit you in the head, but you feel your parry as well. So you roll around on the floor, and he does that thing where he goes smash, and then you roll to one side, and he goes smash, and you roll to the other side. Right, Bracey, this brute charges in from the right hand side, and it takes a swing at you, and fumbles.
Ooh, it's a clean fumble though.
Right, shield stop breaks loose, shield immediately. Right, he comes in, goes to swing at you, he flings his arm wide, he's only got a poor like quality shield, it snaps and the shield just goes and frisbees off in the distance, and he goes and looks very confused about it. Next up we have Baldwin.
He's gonna take another shot at the one that's on Pavis again. Try and help him if he can. 7 damage left arm. That's where his shield is, right?
That's where his shield is, yeah, so it bounces off his shield.
Yeah.
Baldwin, you're letting us down, son, you're letting us down.
Where's the headshots?
He's normally killed them all by now.
Yeah.
And that is the end of round, so I need to...
He's just having a bad day, you know.
Right, okay, so I need to roll 50-50. So, Andy, you're 1 to 50, just so you know.
Right.
Right.
Lovely.
Right, the brew raises its club overhead for a killing blow. You see your death before its eyes, and then from behind, as if hit by a Mack truck, that giant bear comes barreling in, grabs it in his jaws as he thunders off and disappears this way, dragging the brew with him, who drops his weapons and starts screaming and thrashing about.
Cool.
Jolly good.
And he disappears off that way.
I don't know if bears drink pints, but I'll buy you one.
Next, Krodan. Okay, you've got another round of running to reach the caravan, but you can't take a shot from where you are. But you'll have to stop running to fire.
I'm going to stop running, cast speed dart, and then shoot the brew that's on.
Right, go ahead. Give us a casty roll.
Yes.
And you succeedfully speed darted.
That's in his back as well.
It is in his back. Right, that hurts quite a lot.
Yeah. Basically, all you hear is thump.
You hear a thump in his back. He doesn't drop, but he goes and turns around.
Oh dear.
That's probably a mistake. I'll wave the brew while I'm knocking another arrow.
Right, he turns around and there's an arrow stuck in his back. Next up we have Mr. Pavis.
I think I'd better try casting some. Can I cast hail while trying to crawl under the wagon at the same time?
You can. I will allow it because, well, you cast hail and that'll put you back into positive hit points.
Right.
Because you are on 0, so you can cast hail and then you'll be able to hands and knees it under the wagon.
Aye, could you make the roll for me, please, if I need to make one?
And you feel the pain and the shock's obviously too much for you. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Am I in any fit shape to be crawling without it?
Well, you could move 1 square by dragging yourself on your elbows, but you'd have to abandon your shield.
I'll stay where I am.
Right, McLovin.
Stabby stab.
Okay, go for it.
Oh my god, he's got his back turned and I still missed.
Actually, you get a 20% bonus for a target with advantage, so you do hit. So it'll be a D8 plus 4 damage.
Ooh, in the back. Oh my god. 5 in the back.
And it's the abdomen, so that is...
Oh, right up his bum.
Yeah, right in the crack of his arse, Bracy.
Is he going to turn round again now? Bracy can wave it up. We mightn't kill him, but we're going to confuse the poor sod to
Sorry,
death.
how much damage was it? 5?
5.
Right, he's looking quite bad, as you can probably see by his health bar. And you have split him where the good God hit him. Right, he starts backing up. Next we have Kane again.
And I attempt to heal myself.
Nice.
And can I move over to Quack Tavish?
Yes, you're in positive hit points now.
Yeah.
Yes, you can do that.
Yeah, I'll move over to him then. I'll attempt to heal him next turn as well, if he doesn't manage to heal himself.
Right. Next up, we have the Brew, who is going to stand facing this way, so that he's facing Earl and Bracy and not giving his back to you. And he's going to take a wild swing with his club at Mr. Success again.
Dodge.
Duck and wave, my son. Duck and wave.
Nice.
A ninja flip. Whoa!
Your ninja flip when his club just passes harmlessly underneath your leg. You do that jump in the air dodge. You know, it's like dead posy and it's not very...
Salmon leap!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You do a great salmon leap when his club passes under your leg. And finally we have Bobbin.
Yep, he's going to take another shot at that Brew. I believe. Come on, Bobbin. What is it?
He's obviously rattled.
He's going to sigh.
Right, end of round. The battle parts again. You see Clid lying on the floor with the Brew over him. And he's madly dodging left and right. The Brew's like pounding the ground with his club. And then basically he gets swept away again in the loss of battle. He's never going to make it. Alright, next up we have round 3.
Do I see Clid? Since I'm like at a distance and a height. Can I have a scan roll to see if I see him still?
Yes, you can.
I don't see him. I'll shoot the one that's... I'll shoot the one that's on Bracy then.
Right, he looks like he's attempting to back up, strangely enough. However, you can go and shoot him.
Oh, that's going to hurt.
That is going to hurt, yeah. Impale through the right arm. Right, it basically goes... sticks straight in his arm. The arrow goes into the muscle, pokes out the other side. He drops his club. He goes, ow! And he looks like he's trying to back away.
I'll start knocking another arrow.
You should have had another shot, actually, because you should have had a shot at the end of last round, so you'd have another shot now if you like.
There isn't... Before I shoot that one again, is there another target of opportunity about?
There's none that seems to be fighting the people around your wagon. There are lots and lots of Brew that are all about, although it does seem to be that they are falling quite quickly.
Oh, I've impaled him again.
In the right leg.
Oh, no, I haven't. No, that's a normal hit. Almost an impale.
Right, but it does fall to the ground now. It collapses to the ground, barely alive. He's barely alive, as you can see. He collapses to the ground. He's got arrows sticking in all of his limbs, and he's going, no.
You know one of them really long arcing shots where you basically fire it straight up in the air?
And then you just turn and walk away. Michael Bay.
Yeah, I'm going to basically just that way and shoot at him, but straight up in the air so it lands vertically down on him while he's
and then you turn and walk away, the wagon explodes. It's an enormous fireball behind you. Right, next up we have Mr. Quack Tavish.
I think I'm going to another healing roll if you would oblige.
Certainly. You have a magic point storage crystal, so you don't have to use your normal magic points. Yes, right. Your abdomen is now working.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
So you now have 2 points in the abdomen.
Enough to begin crawling with the wagon. Big yellow stripe down the back.
Right. So you can move. If you're crawling, you can move 4 squares.
Right. Well, I only want to move that far. That's me under the wagon.
Right. But you can actually stand up under the wagon practically. So. Right.
Yeah, all right. I'm short. I know.
He's circled the wagons for himself.
Right, Mr. McLovin, the brew lies, as you see, badly injured with arrows sticking out of it everywhere. It's at your feet. It's got no, it's dropped its weapons.
Oh, I'm going to hit it again. Jesus.
No, again, it's on the floor, so you get 20% bonus, so that does hit.
Yeah, but still, it's like...
These things take a bit of killing.
Rolling really high.
Go off to bed. Go bed.
Oh, so that's 1d8 again?
1d8 plus 4. That's
10.
Right,
on the right leg.
Right,
that's all.
You chop into its leg, and it's almost severed completely, and it just basically dies and bleeds out. Yeah, so that one bleeds out completely.
How is the combat going overall? Like, just at a glance.
Overall, it looks like if you make a battle roll, you can tell us, because that's your tactic skill.
I shouldn't roll. Not today.
Yeah. We're losing! Run away!
Do I get a bonus to battle because I'm at a distance and I can see it from a...
No, because it's literally just a swirl of massive bodies.
I've got no idea how it's going, but we're probably winning because we're brilliant.
Andy says, I don't know what I can't see from underneath this wagon.
It's actually remarkable how our rolls are tonight. Like, on average.
And yet nobody's died. I don't know how Earl hasn't disemboweled himself. He's fumbled that many times.
Give us time.
Right, Kane, it's up to you, sir.
There's no brew coming to engage us immediately.
Not this round, no.
No, this round.
We could go and charge up and save someone like heroes, or we could stay here
and guard Alan.
Is more important than. I mean, couldn't we just take this car and go?
Just leave them. Seize.
If we guard Alan round the truck, can we still get off range shots for like bows and slings and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, could you do that?
I think I'll have a jog down towards the wagon.
Well, where is the close? Like, what edge of the wagon is like the closest brew contact?
About 20 meters to the southeast or southwest.
Okay, well, I'm gonna kind of move. Can I spend my whole turn moving, and can I move further?
If you just move and you don't dodge or parry or anything, you can actually run 24 meters.
So you're just basically putting yourself down the bottom edge so that they have to come past you to get the wagon, I take.
Yeah. I want to move.
Could I suggest first you maybe get a couple more heals off other people to get your hit points back up, just in case?
I will, but
if you take another smack in the balls, you're going to go down like a sack of poo.
Oh yeah, I will be, but
Bobbin can heal now.
Bobbin can heal now, so you can move him down and cast heal.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you don't have any brew to fight at the moment, and Bobbin, it's Bobbin's turn now. Right?
He's putting his little nurse's hat on like I taught him.
What's Kartavish's health looking like? Like in his abdomen?
He's looking a lot better actually. You did see him, he got up and sort of half crawled and half ran, so he's moving his legs again.
Okay. He'll go down
it still hurts, mind. It still hurts.
Okay, he'll drop down and attempt to heal him. Bobbin doesn't have a power ×5, so I'll have to.
Well, just automatically succeed. It's Bobbin, isn't it?
It's not in a combat
so-
situation. You automatically succeed when you're not in a combat situation if it's not
Alright,
if it's
okay.
not stressful.
Okay. Well,
And
we'll
that's
heal
a
you for
proper rule.
2.
That's not just me making shit up.
Yeah. So he's healed him for 2.
Right, end of round. You see. Right, you see that again the battle parts. You see one of the centaur guards running, and he's got his lance out, and he's got 2 brew already impaled through on the lance like a giant kebab, and he's just charging in amongst the brew. He hits another brew, and takes him down, and then you see everything just closes.
Wish I had some floor wax.
Nice.
It does appear that you might be winning though.
Of course we are. We're brilliant.
Right, this turn you see a brew come running at you from down here. Right, he's just charging. He goes KL.
So are you going back in the turn order again?
Yeah. Krodan, right, you have reached the edge of the map conveniently, so you're like there.
Cool. I'll shoot the approaching brew.
That's not a real brew. I'll move that brew over there because he's already squashed brew.
I'll try another fire arrow and then I'll shoot the brew.
Right, go for it, my son. Give me some power times 5 action.
Yes.
Yay!
Right, it bursts into flame. As I've read in the description, it consumes the arrow, and Earl literally just has an arrow shape made out of pure fire.
I hit it in the chest for 2d6.
3d6, isn't it?
I don't know.
I believe it's 3d6 for fire arrow, you know. It's absolutely horrendous. Have a look in the spellbook.
Wait a minute, that's 6. 9 damage, I think. I'll check the spell.
I'm checking that.
Earl, did you just roll 1d6, 1d20, then 1d6?
Yeah, I meant 1d6, then 1d.
Yeah, 3d6.
So that's millions of dice that adds up to 13 damage to the chest.
Right, okay. Takes 13 damage to the chest. I'll roll a
Looking well, is it?
I'll roll a shield roll to see if it's see if its shield is in the way of the chest. And its shield is not in the way, so it literally comes running and goes, this bolt of fire just goes straight into its chest, like sticks straight through the brew, like looks surprised, and then falls on its back dead.
I'll literally stop running and just casually walk towards the the wagon. Evening, boys, you've been busy.
It then starts to smoulder and smoke as if it's catching fire.
Okay, that's nice.
Right, okay, Mr. Quack Tavish, it's your turn now.
I'm staying under the wagon.
Right, okay. Are you healing up some more, or?
Yes, I will do if you could oblige.
I'll look at the chopped up corpse next to McLovin, you know, the one they cut the head off and go, he's gone all to pieces.
Right, and you're almost healed to full now. McLovin?
I am going to move down 2. Or is it possible to move down 3? And what I want to do is, stop. I'm going to put my axe in the ground and whip out my sling so I can get some ranged off.
Yes, you
just
can.
So in case if I need to grab my axe quickly, I can grab it. I'll do that.
That's not a problem. And Kane, are you just...
I'm gonna attempt to heal myself again.
Yeah. You're feeling much better, although your magic points are much depleted now. And still, nobody's disrupting anybody for power gain rolls.
We are good people. We are not planning to do that the instant that something comes on here.
I got critical instantly. Like,
yeah, he's just putting his ghoulies back on. Priorities, Rich. Priority.
No, you got critical in the ghoulies. You got them pushed back up. He's like,
oh. Stick your finger in your mouth and blow really hard. Pop.
Right,
while jumping up and down.
Yeah.
It's Bobbin's turn. Does he do anything, or is that fine?
Can he see any brew off in the distance that he can fire at with his sling?
Yes, they are within range. They are thinning out considerably now.
Okay, well, he's gonna hop on top of the wagon and take a shot at
a random brew just for practice.
Well, I mean, just to help out. Critical.
Oh God! Just took somebody's leg off.
Yeah, there's a horrible snap and a brew falls.
There'll be some woman who's just about to die. She'll be lying there. Oh, please help me! And then its leg will explode, and the sight will clear, and there'll be a monkey sitting there swinging a sling round, looking cool. Hello, ladies. Did your funky monkey?
Right, let's see if anything happens. Ooh, yes, indeed it does. Right, it's thinning out. The battle's thinning out quite considerably now. You've turned around and now you're watching the main series of fight. Two brew actually start charging towards you. Behind them, you see a brew runs over. That dragon newt is just literally kneeling on the ground with his hands by his sides.
Oh, this is so bad.
And a brew runs over, grins, raises his club above his hand, starts to bring it down. The dragon newt hasn't moved. All of a sudden, he moves like a blur. He draws this curved bone sword that he's got on one side, and in the same motion, he cuts the brew from navel to chin. The brew looks quite surprised and falls to the ground almost in two. This is just like
Ouch.
one instant smooth stroke, and then the dragon puts a sword back and then just nails back down again. Everybody sort of stops and goes, "What the fuck just happened there?"
I've been telling you for ages, you just didn't mess about with dragon newts, right? Can I take that as my point? Do you all understand now where we stay away from them, right? Because that's just fucking trouble.
Okay.
Right, so the numbers are very thinned out, but we have two running in from this side this turn. Right, first up, obviously, we have Krodan with his mighty bows.
I'll move a couple because I'm heading towards the thing, and as I'm ambling, I'll just pull out me lift me bow, speed dart, and shoot.
You can't move and shoot with a bow.
All right, I'll stop still. I won't speed dart, and I'll just shoot one because later this round I'm going to try to disrupt them.
So I want to try something now, right? Check that out. They are 10.
That is pretty awesome. I've got a laser.
They are 10.
No, put the laser back. Put the laser back. Put the laser back on the top one. Right, I'm fine. Oh, this laser guided shit. No more of that.
Right, you miss. Next up, Pavis, you see two brew charging in.
Can I poke enough of me out from under the wagon to have a shot at one of them with me sling?
Yes. Yes, you can. You're
I
hiding behind a wheel.
Yes, I shall hide behind a wheel, and there we go.
Special left arm. It doesn't hurt them because
uselessly off his shield.
It does bounce uselessly off his shield, but it leaves a crack in it, and he does look quite surprised.
That woke him up.
Right, we need to tick that on, and we need to tick your short sword skill, don't we? And your shield skill. Right, yes. So, Mr. Quacktavish whips his sticky sword in the ground, whips his sling round, does an awesome shot, but unfortunately it bounces off the brew shield. Right, Mr. McLovin.
Right. Am I aware where I am of these two brew charging in or not?
You are aware, but the wagon is in the way. So
Right.
if you...
In that case, can I, even though I've got my sling out, is it possible to reach down, grab my axe, and then move down a couple of squares so I can get a line of sight on them, ready to attack next turn?
You can, but you'd have to put your sling away to grab your axe because your axe is in the ground.
All right.
Just drop your sling because it's a sling.
Yeah.
It's basically one of your old thongs that you used to wear.
But yeah, that's what I mean. But surely I can just reach down, grab the axe handle, and then charge down a couple of meters.
Well, yes, you can hold the axe and the sling if you're carrying it, but you can't fight effectively with either.
Oh yeah. No, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I just want to move down so I get line of sight ready for next turn, and then I'll stick the axe in the ground again, and then whip with my sling. So, okay. I'll do that then.
Right, that's your turn. Okay, Ken, you're up, my son.
I will disrupt the brew that is closest, so the southern.
Now we're talking. You cast disruption, power 5 roll, please.
Success.
Success, and then you need to make a D100 roll to overcome the brew's power.
I mean, I've rolled it there. That's what? It's slash roll D100.
It is.
Yeah,
That's handy.
That's better. Yes, you overcome the brow. You do 1d3 damage. You take your power. The brew goes ow. As it takes how much damage? The top or the bottom one?
The bottom one, 2 damage to the. Does it get a location?
Yes.
Yeah.
To the 11.
Abdomen.
Oh, definitely got a reaction from him.
It goes ow as you go zappity zappity, and he's one of his balls explodes.
Nice.
Right, the brew charge in a berserk manner. They reach the wagon where they start beating on the side, but unfortunately for the brew, they can't effectively attack. But they get to the wagon, they're banging on the wagon, and they're trying to pull Alan and Bobbin out of the wagon. Next up, we have Bobbin.
Okay.
Oh, they're going to upset him now.
Just quickly looking at his skills. Oh, you don't want to bite it.
He's got short sword, bite.
You don't want to bite a brew, though, do you, really?
He'll attempt to attack the closest one with a short sword.
This is where he beheads it. Nobody does it.
What? I just don't get it. I just really don't get how he just makes rolls. Just is beyond me.
We need to breed an army of Bourbons.
Yeah.
Breed them with Newlands?
Yeah, half baboon, half Newland. Wow, that's some combination. It did
swimming, singing,
5 damage.
Swimming and swinging.
Right, he opens quite a nasty gash in the leg.
But he keeps that for later.
Can he back off as well afterwards?
No, he's basically on the wagon, engaged in melee now. Melee.
How do you disengage from melee?
You move backwards at half your speed, and you can still parry and defend as long as you're not attacking.
Oh, okay.
You can turn and run, but obviously they'll get an attack. Right. Round 6. The battle seems to be almost won now. And Krodens, you are up.
I'll move to there. Cast Disruption while drawing my bow.
Okay, doke. So give me a power times 5 roll.
Nope, I won't.
Maybe not. Mr. Pavis.
Right. Drop me sling, grab me sword, and have a go at the nearest brew if I can move to where am I?
They're going to be really upset if they didn't notice you under there.
Yeah. This duck jumps up and stabs him in the hoof. Right, so
Stab him right in the kneecap.
So would you care to make a roll, please?
Oh yes, sorry, short sword.
Success on the left arm, that's his shield arm, unfortunately. So you make a quick stab, it takes a chunk out of his shield. Right, Mr. McLovin.
I will try for the first time ever a sling attack.
Right, okay, this should be interesting, go for it.
Certainly should be. Hey!
Alright,
Loving it.
Alright, Fonzie.
Well done, that man.
Loving it. Loving it. Loving it.
Now, what's the damage of a sling?
It's a D8 for a sling. And I don't know why it hasn't done your damage automatically. 3 points and then location. I'll just roll the hit location. In the head, right?
Whack. Pick your tooth up.
Unfortunately, brew have horns and a thick skull for butting, so
yeah,
it bounces off its head, but it does make a clunk noise like a pencil hitting the table, though.
Oh, does it not knock his teeth out? Damn it.
No, it bounces off his top of his head. Right, Kane, sir.
I want to move up and then stab the one that's closest.
The one immediately to your left.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Really? It's unbelievable.
I think our humanity are broken.
I just don't get it.
Can someone change the batteries?
Somebody should have invoked his death rune.
Earl.
Mm-hmm.
One loon of the brute Dex King.
I'm not betting against that guy. I've seen what he can do.
Right, okay, the top brew. On a 1 to 50 he goes for Andy, or on a 51 he goes for Bobbin.
He'll go for me.
No, he takes a swing at Bobbin, but Bobbin's legs are covered by the wagon, remember, so... And he misses.
Thank God.
I'm just waiting till you get well attached to that monkey, then I'm going to have his soul eaten by Cacodemon.
Do it with gold.
That's what the Cacodemon thinks, and then Bulbin secretly is eating it.
Can you remember the last time we bumped into a Cacodemon, Richie?
Yes. Right, so he misses with that, and the second brew will take a swing at Kane. And misses. Right.
What? What are the chances of that? That's insane.
Right, Andy is... Right, it's Bobbin's turn to swing with the short sword, or he can disengage.
He's going to disengage and try and get down on the other side of the cart if he can.
Right, okay. Leaving poor Andy, who's going to have to face the headbutt of the brew by yourself. Right.
I mean, Bobbin has 7 hit points.
Andy, he bends down almost double and misses you.
Lovely.
And
that would be the ideal time to crown him right across the back of the neck, wouldn't it?
It certainly
would. Right, it is round 7. There are no more reinforcement rolls this turn. The battle is almost done. You are down to 2 brew. When you look round, the remaining living brew are starting to break off and run away for the hills. They're all shouting, "Run!" Krodens, you can shoot
the one.
You can shoot.
Sorry, say again.
You can shoot over the top of Andy because he's only very little, which does come in handy sometimes.
It is very handy. I will turn the laser off because it's bad luck. I will shoot. I will ignore the laser and shoot that one in the eye.
And he hits the black horse in the head.
God damn it! Right, this is broke.
Well, we're just going to have to meet up and use real dice, aren't we?
We are.
Mr. Pavis, you're up next.
Right, I shall clock that bro with my short sword.
Right, go ahead. You stab him in the right leg. Unfortunately, it does penetrate his armour, but it does make him hop up and down on one leg for a bit. This is why you've got Fireblade, you see, because you don't have a strength damage bonus. You need to do some weightlifting.
Of course, I forgot about that.
Because your damage is normally d6 plus 1, but if you do Fireblade, you do 3d6 damage.
It's terrifying.
It is horrendous. Right, Mr. McLovin, sir, you're up next. Poor Andy, he's going stabby, but he's not getting through the armor.
Right, I'm going to store my sling, whip my axe out of the ground, and how many can I move in that case after that?
You can move 4 squares and still attack.
Oh, in that case, then I'll move there. So I'm side on.
Choppity.
Have I lost my... looks like my blade sharp's gone off.
No, blade sharp lasts 10 rounds.
Is it? Okay.
You've still got 3 rounds of your spells here.
Jesus Christ.
We are terrible tonight.
We are.
It's uncanny.
Kane, sir, you're next.
I'm gonna attempt to attack the one immediately to my left. Gonna miss.
Can I have a listen roll to see if I can hear like the faint theme of like Benny Hill playing in the background or somewhere?
Right. These brewers seem to be well amazed about how good they're actually doing. Okay, unfortunately, Andy is going to take a swing at you with his club, which is a success.
Hold on a minute. No, he isn't.
Ah! Right, you block his blow. You killed my father, prepare to die.
Swing your club at me, would you?
And short sword. I'm just ticking all of your skills so I don't forget them. Because we need to get you sorted out so you can tick your own skills. And the bottom one is going to take a swing at Brissy on a 1 to 50. No, it's going to take a swing at Kane. And he misses. Finally, we have Super Bob.
Can he see either of the brew under the wagon? If he knelt down?
He can see their feet, but it's not effective for a slingshot underneath the wagon. If he had a
disrupt them
if he had a crossbow, does he got disruption?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He can disrupt them from under the wagon.
Okay. You know, he doesn't have a power _5, so I'll just roll.
He should have. He should have a character sheet.
He does. Ah, yeah, because I can just undo it on there. Yeah, I'm just being an idiot.
You click on the roll. But
yeah.
It succeeds anyway.
Yeah, it succeeds. He's disrupting the top one, the one that's on correct tabish.
So it's just a D3 and I'll do the location. I've got...
You need power V-power, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes. That was his power V... Oh, no, that was his cast roll, wasn't it? Yeah, power V-power, please. That's a success.
Of course.
And it's in the head, isn't it? Yeah. No, right on.
Oh, yeah.
Super Bourbon.
He's going to be the only one that makes his power gain roll, you know that, don't you?
Of course.
He's just going to become a shaman, and then...
Right, that bro looks quite badly injured. Next round is round 8. Right, the battles are really dying out around you now. It looks like we're on the winning side. And Kroden, you're up, sir.
I will disrupt the brew closest to me.
Okay, maybe you want to make your power ×5 roll. Yeah, the successes.
My God, I succeeded.
And why are you running a D100?
Power V-power.
Alright, that fails. It does not overcome. It bounces off.
I knew that would happen.
It's just like resistant.
I'm walking towards it while getting my putting my bow away and getting my spear and shield.
Yes, yeah. You sense You sense victory is near. Right, Mr. Quacktavish, what would you like to do, sir?
Oh, I shall hit that bro with me short sword again.
Right.
I hope.
Go ahead.
Oh!
Critical.
There it is.
Are
We
you,
I
did it.
will have that kneecap
are
off.
you slashing or are you stabbing?
I was planning on stabbing, actually.
Right, stabbing means it's an impale, so that goes straight through his leg. Literally, it falls to the ground. It takes a hideous amount of damage. Right leg, yeah. Right, it falls to the ground and dies a horrible, messy, expiry death.
Jolly good.
Your short sword is stuck through its leg. You can't pull it out unless you make a weapons roll at half chance. Otherwise, it's stuck in there.
Right, so is that just roll short sword at
Just
sort of 50%
yeah.
penalty?
Yes, basically. Roll short sword and
All right.
get under half.
Hang on. Nope, it's stuck.
No.
No, that's such
No, that's out.
Half of 90's 45.
Oh, yes,
Right,
yes.
so,
No, right,
so you
fine,
go,
yes.
you place your flipper against its leg and you yank it out.
You slap him in the face with it a couple of times. Funny.
Right, Mr. McLovin.
I'm going to move one square round, so
No,
I'm fit.
you can't just move round behind people and stab them in the back. They can actually fight you in a. They'll turn to keep both you and Kane. Okay. I know you're trying to move it like a video game, but it doesn't quite work like that. He'll just turn like that. So if you move to the side to move past him, he'll be able to hit you as you move
I'll
past
be here
him.
soon.
All right, then I'll just take a swing at them.
9
Bam!
in the left
Yes.
leg. I see it's right. It's for some reason he tries to parry with his club. It's not because the GM clicked the wrong button. It's because he wanted to parry with his club. He does, however, fail. He slashed through his leg. It cuts through his armor and deeply into his leg, and he collapses down on one knee. Which was right. He falls down on one knee, and next up we have Kane.
Here we go. We'll attack him.
Oh,
He's down on one knee, so you get 18 on the left leg. Oh my god! Right. Okay.
What left leg?
So is that the same leg the Bracey hit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. He's already injured left leg. Just goes flying off, spins through the air.
I'm done because it flies over my head.
He can take double the hit points in location, but I suspect he can take 12 hit points total.
Yeah, that's all.
So that is a -8.
Don't like the look of that.
Right. He is barely alive. His leg flies off. Blood, foul black chaos blood pumps out into the ground next to you.
Yeah.
Right, it's now the Brew's turn. The Brew decides he's going to spend the turn blading and screaming. And then finally we have Borbin. It's like he's nearly dead. If you haven't disrupted him, now's the time to do it.
Bomb's gonna move up behind me and try to. He's such a nice guy. Where is he? Success.
Right, success. And then it is D100 to overcome his power.
No, he's healing me.
Oh, it's healing you. Alright, okay. In that case, he heals you. 2 damage. End of round. Krodens, you are up. There's a Brew barely alive, lying on the floor, screaming and bleeding.
Disrupting.
I figured I'd let people have the opportunity to get power ticks. So,
Brissy, have you got disruption?
Oh yes.
Power v power him or not?
72. Actually, what's your power?
14.
I think that may have failed. Bear with me 2 seconds.
just sit there. You've got the other one back there, don't you? The one that's you've...
No, that actually succeeds. They've got pretty shitty power.
Okay. Just going to say, you've got that one lion back there.
Can you imagine a real life screen of what this looks like now? There's like 5 people standing around a bloody an almost dead goat
2
man.
damage.
Looking like everybody's looking like Yuri Geller, like staring at this goat man.
Trying to make his head explode.
Just shouting Wingardium Leviosa over and over again.
Yeah, right. He's unconscious and bleeding to death rapidly. His breathing is very shallow. Mr. Quack Pavis, you're up next, sir.
General question before Andy kills him. Even though he's chaos, if he screams to surrender and stuff, we accept the surrender.
No. All rules are off with chaos.
Yeah.
There is no.
That's all I wanted to know.
There is no sort of maybe with them. You kill them all and then kill everything to do with them.
Is
and everything.
Worth trying to keep one alive to
no.
question?
No.
So that's a no then?
That's a big no. Capital no.
Andy,
no with spell.
Yes.
If he doesn't kill it, can Alan finish it off? Alan, kill it!
Get power tick.
Yeah. Farm it, Alan, farm it!
I was going to trample over that dead one and see if I can finish off that one that isn't quite dead yet.
Why not? If you don't kill it, we'll set Alan on it.
Basically, you automatically succeed in killing a helpless foe unless you roll 96 to 100. So if you just want us to roll a D100 for you to finish it off.
Yeah, go on then.
Right, you successfully managed not to fail to kill the brew.
Jolly good.
And it expires messily and brutally on the floor next year. As you look around, the caravan has beaten off the remainder of the brew. Now the good stuff that happens.
I'm kind of proud you didn't make a joke there.
I was very, very tempted, but I thought, no, I will be a good...
What about beating off the brew?
Yeah. I just didn't touch it. Didn't lay a finger on it.
Genuinely impressed.
I'm quite impressed with myself, actually.
Right, so most of about half of the brew lie dead. 3 of the pilgrims are dead. 1 of the nomads and 1 of the baboons, and 2 of the learners.
Oh no! What a pity. Never mind.
Oh,
sorry.
That's terrible. Right, so
I was planning on shooting a couple if I could have got a flying bead on them during the fight. Oh, sorry, miss. Oh, missed again.
right, so now the good bit about fighting brew. Can everybody please roll me 1d100?
And does that include Bob and
everybody, including Alan?
Oh, God. We're going to put something nasty here.
Oh, probably.
First one was for me, the second one was for Bob. Are you going to roll for Alan?
I'll roll for Alan.
Yeah.
He's my boy.
That's what I'm saying.
Can somebody roll for me, please?
Yeah.
I'll roll for you.
Right, everybody feels fine.
Yeah, but...
No buts, everybody feels fine.
I'll cast Spirit Sight and see if anyone has got a disease spirit.
Right, you cast Spirit Sight, you can't see any disease spirits on anyone.
Right.
Quick suggestion. should we move the cart and the horses over to the like the north?
Away from the dead brew.
Yeah.
Good plan.
Right, we'll move it towards like the northwest area if we're just using the battle map as an indicator.
Yeah. That was just a general indicator to see your defensive position. You move them away from the brew. In general, nobody seems to be volunteering to loot anything off the corpses. And the other brew seem to flee away to the northeast.
Okay.
Clean me axe on the floor.
If there's any still within bow range, I'll take pot shots at the wounded ones staggering away, but just out of character, you know what I mean? Just sitting there like bang, bang.
In the aftermath, you see Fafford and the mouse have like just carved a swath of dead brew around them. The big guy. Albrecht, he's got minor scratches around his body and things like that, but he's changed back into human form, and he seems to be covered in brew goo from like head to foot, more or less. He looks kind of ashamed, to be honest.
I'll have a wander over towards him.
He's like, hello, I hope I didn't scare you there. Not many people like my kind.
Hey, I don't judge. I'm a great dog. Nobody likes me either. I think I'll have a look around to see if there's any like natural water around here, like little streams or big puddles or something like that. You want to get that shit washed off you, mate.
There isn't, but they are carrying quite a lot of water, so they'll break out a couple of the barrels to get people cleaned off, because in general people know that you don't want to be messing with filthy brew.
Do you say he had like little nicks and wounds and stuff on him? I'll throw a healing 2 through me, mate.
Right. They all close up. It didn't look like he had any serious damage, and basically you can almost see the swathes of like brew bodies that are just torn to pieces where he was crashing left and right through the massed battle. Like I said, there's a few groups of lost people in battle, and they're all sort of collecting the corpses, and this basically because they died to brew, there's no Chalnaroi priestesses to raise them. They're going to have a funeral pyre basically and burn the corpses.
Anytime. Can I make a lore roll to work out what species that guy is?
You can. I think it would be Elder Race Lore, to be honest, which nobody's particularly good at.
I think I might have put some in, but no, because I had to specify the Elder Race, I think.
Nah, you can just roll it. I'm just letting them be quite.
Nope.
I only put a few points in. Okay.
They were common in 2nd edition, but they're not common in Runequest Glorantha for some reason.
He's not Telmori, is he?
He's not a Telmori, but he's obviously some kind of relative of the Telmori.
Can I ask you without being Can I ask you something without seeming really impertinent? Like, I've heard of the Telmori and I know their customs quite well because we're hunting the same hunting areas, but I don't know what sort of a race you are, because you look perfectly human.
It says my people are cousin to the Telmori. Our tribe's called the Bear Walkers.
Oh, very interesting.
We're not from this area normally. We're from much further down south, like
Holy country.
Past Israel here, yeah.
Funny place that I heard.
He says,
like flying machines and knights in armor.
He says, Dvarhelm, he knows. I didn't hide it from him, but it's due to the lunar cycle, so I was worried that I might have lost control of it somewhat.
But I take it people can be a bit offish, judgy.
Yes, they can.
Because I get that, and to find out I'm a grey dog, and they're all like, oh, got to hide your purse as if we're all thieves or something. So I know what you're going through, mate, and if you ever need a friend, you know where we are.
He says, well, thank you, little one. I appreciate it.
And also, if we need a giant killer bear, I'll know where you are.
Rich?
Yeah?
Can I have a perception roll? Where's this village idiot that's trying to go on the quest who's got the gem?
Clid, you're taking stock of the...
Yeah. Can I see him anywhere?
Yeah, you can see him around. He looks as if he's taking a few bashes to various limbs. He's bruised, he's battered, he's got a split lip, but he's still with us.
So he's not lying unconscious, that's...
No.
Can I see Bracy looking for him?
You can.
I'll wander over the middle of it and go, it's glass.
It's glass.
It's glass. You see, the monkey and the idiot are working together. And the monkey tells us to buy the gem off the idiot and then sell it to the monkey. So we buy the gem off the idiot, and then something happens and we can't sell it to the monkey. And we've got a bit of glass, and the idiot splits the lunas with the monkey.
Or I steal it from the idiot, threaten the monkey, and get more money.
We could just take the monkey out around the back and kick its teeth in and take all its money if you wanted. But it's sort of antisocial. But by the huge pile of boom dung he left when I spoke to him, I think he knows he's rumbled.
Fair enough. Right, anyway, I think it's probably a good idea if we wagon up and get through this canyon as quick as possible.
When we're dragging the people that have died to the brew, none of them look sort of like straight slices across the neck in a sort of, we've seen this somewhere before.
No, they don't. They're all definitely either squashed with clubs or headbutted to death.
Did any of the parties not get wounded at all? Any groups that seem to have acquitted themselves really well that are not people like Fafford or...
the Centaur guards killed quite a few people. The priest and his two acolytes weren't injured, but they don't look like they were taking much part in the fighting. And the baboons, the other three, the baboons, the nomads and the pilgrims all fought and managed to drag them off. Obviously you saw what the dragon guy did.
Yeah. I try to keep on the opposite side of the camp to the dragon newt at all times.
He's got a weird curved bone sword that you've never seen before. You've seen a few dragon newts now. Are you sure you don't want to ask him about it?
No, I don't want to know anything about it. No.
I'll just give him a nod and a smile.
Oh, God, no. Don't engage with them. We should continue our investigation tonight because I have a plan. I'll go up to the caravan owner.
Right.
All right, Ed, that'll be a big bag of flour, please.
Okay. He says, right, okay, and he breaks a big bag of flour out of the trade goods.
Thank you very much. I put on my shoulder and wander off to our wagon.
Right, so...
What's that for?
Yeah, I've got a plan.
Oh, God.
Okay, so the wagon mounts back up. You burn the bodies, the brew you just leave. And you just want to push on?
Yeah, we'll push on to find a good place to camp, I think. We'll want to be as far away from this because, battles draw people.
Alright, so you travel the rest of the day and then you make camp. Tvalim goes round the camp, puts down a staff at each corner and does a create market. and one of basically everybody sitting down to eat. They're telling tales around the fire. They're posting guards, and there's not a commotion, but there's a gathering of people towards the centre of the caravan. There is a young lady there with she's got a piece of wood set across a couple of rocks, and she says, "Look, it's been hard on everybody. How about some good old fashioned? How about a good old fashioned game of skill? Has anybody heard of a game called Find the Lady?" None of you have heard of a game called Find the Lady because it's not one of the typical Grantham games.
Is it a game in which someone cheats and steals all your money?
Of course not, she says. Look, have a go. I've got these,
right,
these three
Can I use insight when she says of course not? And did she say that in the way that I would have said of course not?
You can use insight. You can also roll game, which is gambling.
Depends if the lady has purple underwear or not.
Gambling. My granny always told me never to gamble, so I'm in. What we're betting?
She says, I will take one bet at a time. The odds are 4 to 1. Maximum bet is 50 lunas.
I will bet you 1 luna.
Right, okay. Everybody else seems to be gathered around the party. A few people have had a drink.
Did this person come in with anyone in particular that's been hanging around with it?
Yeah, she's one of the pilgrims.
I want to keep an eye on any of the other pilgrims, in the crowd, see if they're doing stuff.
I'm going to hang back just slightly from the crowd and keep an eye on them.
I'm going to distract them with my wit and charm.
And Andy, are you gonna dazzle them with your karaoke?
Quack-karaoke.
Oh well, I might.
You're very good.
I was thinking of backing off into the shadows and keeping an eye on not so much the crowd that's round her booth, but what else is going on. If you say what I mean, there's plenty of people out of our party watching the crowd, and I want to keep an eye on the rest of the caravan to see.
That's a good idea.
Good idea.
Have a look for who's not here.
Yeah, I'm not.
Right, I will put the Luna on the stick.
Right, so she gets 3 cups and a small pea, and she goes, "It's under this cup, look, are you seeing?" And then she whips them around and she goes, "All you got to do is spot the lady." So, Earl, you're playing. Right, so if you would like to give me either a gaming or a spot hidden roll.
I'll use gaming first.
Gaming, you fail. Right, you go, right, it's the middle one, and she lifts it up and she goes, "You're right, you're a winner. What can I say? You're obviously better than me."
Oh, I want to bet more money now.
There's your Luna bet.
I bet you 5 lunas.
5 lunas, she says. Right, okay then.
I'll get my large jingling purse out.
All you have to do is find the lady.
Yeah, I'll nod.
Oh God. Right.
Okay. What's spot hidden? Is that search or scan?
Scan. Yeah, because this is.
Nope.
Right, Earl, again, you find the lady and you win 5 lunas.
This is really easy. You're good. I feel guilty now. I'm going to be taking loads of your money.
I know, I'm losing money left, right, and I'm losing hand over fist here.
What did you say the most good bet is?
50 lunas.
Ooh, that's a lot of money.
Oh my God.
She puts down 50 lunas. I pull my sword and I stab her through the heart.
50 lunas. I tell you what. We'll work our way up. We'll go for 20, yeah?
20 it is. Right, okay.
20, because I could go 50, but I'd have to sell my son into slavery again.
I'm going to work my way around the side so I can keep an eye on her, Rich.
Nope, no idea. Haven't got a clue. Guess randomly.
Right, you guess randomly, and unfortunately, you don't find the lady. And she goes, "Oh, it was in that one all along."
Oh, I knew that was the first one I thought of. That's the first one I thought of. Then I second guessed myself. I second guessed me. You should never second guess yourself. Can we go again?
Yeah, if you want to go again.
Okay, 20 lunas.
20 lunas it is. Ooh, right, go ahead.
Made me spot hidden.
Right. Right, unfortunately, Earl, you made it by 24. Unfortunately, she goes, "Oh, unlucky again." Lifts it up. There's nothing.
Oh, God.
It's in the middle one this time.
That's really tricky, that. Really tricky. I'll have another bet.
Right.
20 lunas.
Mouser walks over. He goes, "Do you mind if I have a bet at this time?"
It's Michael.
Okay, friend.
No, I haven't got a clue. I'll random guess.
Yeah, totally.
What are you doing?
I'm betting.
What are you doing?
You totally lose 20 lunas. Right, make some insight rolls, please, people. I don't know what he's doing.
Bob does it again.
Bobbin catches just a little like smirk on the side of her face. Right, so she goes, "So you want to bet again?"
Oh, I've lost a lot of money now. How much is that? 60 lunas you're up.
It is, yes.
Oh.
Mouser goes, "I'd really like to have a go."
I tell you what. I'll bet on me mate Mouser here.
She goes, "Okay then." So he goes, "Right, I'll put 50 in."
I'll stick 60 in, so I'm double lost quits.
She goes, "Right, it's this easy. Just find the lady." Swings it round. Right, so Mouser goes, dead calmly goes, "It's the middle one." And she goes, "Oh, no, it's not." And then picks it up when it's not that. And she goes, "Oh, no, it's the left one." And picks the left one up. And then she goes, "Is it the right one?" Picks the right one up when it's not there either. Mouser drops the pea on the table and goes, "It's about time you finish this game, isn't it?" And she goes, "Yeah, I think it is."
Thank you very much. I'll take my winnings. I will wink at her as if she's been had and I was in on it all along, even when it was a complete fluking accident.
She's like, "Okay, I've got no money left now. I'll have to pay winnings. I'll better go and it's prayer time. Yes, that's it. I've got time to go for a prayer now." So she like scoops her cups up into her little bag. Everybody starts jeering and shouting at her.
Right then, I'll turn around to Mouser. "So, I've got an idea for tonight. Come to our fire and we'll get some casks of wine, because I think I owe you at least one big cask, you and your big mate. And an extra cask for the fact that you were fighting like bastards."
Aye, friend, I never turn down a wine.
Right, I'll go and find the wagon train owner and buy a couple of them jars of, buy like 6 jars of wine. In fact, we should buy, how much is a jar of wine?
Like 5 lunas for a small keg.
I'll give them 100 lunas for 20 kegs of wine.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I haven't got 20 kegs of wine on them.
What the fuck?
I'll buy all of the wine.
Right, okay. Right, while you're doing this, right, Andy, you snipped off into the shadows, and Bracey, do you want to make an intrigue roll as well?
Yep.
Yeah, Andy, are you looking around for anything particular, or searching for a particular group?
No, I'm sort of looking for things that shouldn't be where they ought to be. If you say what I mean.
Right. You can make a search roll, or can I make a search roll for you?
Yeah, you could make a search roll for me. That would be brilliant. Thanks. Everything's completely normal.
Everything's exactly the way it's supposed to be.
Yep.
Oh, boom!
Wow!
Well done, that man.
Nice.
Chuckle Leibniz! It was that bastard over there.
Have I distracted everyone enough, do you think, McLovin?
Right. That was supposed to be an intrigue roll.
I believe the one will be an intrigue crit as well.
It will, yes. Right, so you need to take your intrigue, right, your search.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
You find out, asking about the people, you find out that that Ganza, although she's one of, sorry, she's one of the Lunars. I said one of the pilgrims. She was one of the Lunars who all worship seven mothers. You find out that she's actually a Yumal worshipper, so she's one of your lot, because you find out she's given the secret sign.
Okay.
And
one of your lot.
One of your lot, yeah. The trickster. So you reckon she was obviously cheating. All of that game she made up was genius, because you could figure out how you'd be able to con loads of suckers with that one. You also find out that the priest has gone round and asked the same question to each of the groups, and he's just been getting all of the answers. General rumours, you find out that there's some kind of vigilante going around Pavis called Little Jack Krovek, who's attacking criminals dressed in a crimson batsuit.
Oh dear God.
What?
Well, we need t-shirts made tonight. We're going to make a fortune in merchandise.
Right,
Togas. Red togas.
I'll wander back to the lads and I'll let them know what I've found out, one at a time.
Right.
Help us with all this wine!
How much wine did he buy?
All of the wine! I bought all of it. It's all mine.
As much of the wine as people would sell them. Obviously, a lot of people will not sell the wine, because the centaurs will not be too happy if you drink all of the wine.
I'm going to give the centaurs a barrel of wine. I'm going to give each of the groups a barrel of wine. It's a celebration and a gift from the caravan master for successfully fighting off the brew.
Right, and what have you done to the wine?
I have done nothing to the wine. What do you mean, what have I done? Richie!
Right, and what have you done?
I'm being naturally generous.
Earl, why
so
don't you let me
confused.
use my brilliant first aid and I'll administer a sleeping drug?
No, because we don't want them asleep.
Yeah. But you know what my first aid is like? The polyologist off there.
Well, yeah, you'll probably just kill everyone.
Yeah, kill them or they'll have the shits for a week, one of the two.
I'm going to give everyone wine, and we're going to sit in our camp and roast some animals and drink wine with Faf and the lads and the bear, and generally hang out. And then, when it's late, I'm going to tell everyone my brilliant plan.
Right, okay, so basically the guards are set, the market spell is cast, the poles at the four corners of the caravan all glow, and everybody starts bedding down. People are starting to leave watches for their group. And so what is your cunning and amazing plan? Does anybody else want to do
First,
anything?
I need the centaurs.
Right.
I take it we've got a privy inside the market.
What you have is a hole dug in the ground, yes. To crap in.
Yeah. I need the centaurs as well.
Right.
Lads, come here, lads, come here. I've got a fucking great plan.
Right, what's the plan?
Right, I'll get everyone together and say, right, this is what I'm going to do.
So you've got the centaurs, Fafd and the Grey Mouser, and you lot.
Oh, and the bear
And
blow.
the bear.
Right. These are all people I know didn't do it, you see, because the centaurs and the bear man would have ripped their heads off, and so would Fafd, and the Grey Mouser just couldn't be bothered to murder people. So I figure we're the safe guys, right? So we know it's not us, but it could be anyone else. So what we do is during the night, me and McLovin will sneak around and scatter flour around the edge of the market. Because if anyone's going to do any murdering tonight, they're going to take someone outside the market to do the murdering. Then we'll be able to track them. And because it's dark, they'll not be able to see the flour on the ground.
I like this plan, Earl. This sounds like a devised rule.
It does.
I've got a question, Rich.
Yes.
You said this market thing, yeah? It's for if there's any like violence or stuff like that going on, yeah?
Yeah.
If somebody was to maybe, you know, I'm not sure what the spells are, but if, you know, maybe coerce someone to follow them outside, would that flag up, or would that, you know, pass undetected?
No, I believe it's only people coming into the market.
Yeah, it's only if someone does something, like if he turned around to you and poisoned you, that would set it off. But if he turned around to you and lured you outside for a quickie and then chopped your nardos off, then
that's what I'm thinking.
I apparently don't have device now, although I'm sure I do. It's gone missing. Oh no, I lost it.
You
there
just,
it is.
yeah, blind.
I am going to channel my harmony rune.
Okay.
Because whoever's doing this is disrupting harmony.
I'm fully on board with that explanation.
Please I don't know how to make that work because I can't find the button. So I'm just going to rub center.
You can do that. You just click on the rune, don't you?
Oh no, I've completely bollocks that up anyway, so it doesn't.
Yeah, you just click on the actual picture of the rune and then hit submit. So, for instance,
all right, I've done it, but I did fail twice now.
I failed the first time and then I failed the second time. Right, so that actually has you a penalty of minus 20% on your device roll.
Oh, this is going to be great.
Right, but you.
Oh, I would have failed anyway. It's all right. It's still a good.
Right, no, you think you've done a pretty good job. You do half the camp, you see, and then you're going to give Bracy the other half, or you?
Yeah, me and Bracy scatter it around the edge of the camp, and we scatter it around where us lot are kipping. Because I assume every sort of area where people are, they've got like a little campfire and people around there, and then there'll be another campfire with people around that one, and you know the different groups.
Yes,
is that right?
Right, Andy, so, you are not great at device. If you want to help, you've only got 15% in
it. It's not that I'm trying to sort of shirk hard work. Well, I am, but if I'm not much good at it, I mean, you know, us ducks, we don't sort of.
I can do it if you want. I'm slightly better.
I'm probably better off staying by the fire, I think.
Well, the thing is, where
it's warm.
Me and McLovin are quite sneaky, so we're not likely to be noticed during the night scattering flour about, where Clanky McClank and Flappy McFlap might get noticed.
Yeah.
Then that's fine. You do that then.
And you keep an eye on things. We'll do what we did before. We'll keep one person awake all night. In fact, we'll keep two people awake all night. One of us and one of the other NPC type people that are hanging out, like Faff or the Grey Mouser or Bearblow. And I'll make sure the centaurs know not to walk in and out of the camp, to stay inside the camp and away from the edge of the, you know, like about a meter around, to a meter sort of strip around the edge of the camp. Tell them to stay inside that when they're patrolling.
Right.
That's the plan.
Okay, look, sounds like a great plan.
We will go and do that then.
Right. You do that.
I'm going to knock off the 100 lunars I spent on beer tonight to get everyone shit so that they don't notice me going around the outside of the camp with a big bag of flour.
Right, so who's on guard? Or are you taking it in turns?
We'll take it in turns. Like,
Yeah.
two of us will do one of us and one of the other guys, one of us and one of the other guys. You know.
Right, so can you please make some listen rolls for... do you have a particular order or not?
No,
Yeah, let's do
unless you want to plan one. You are the military type.
Didn't hear a thing.
Listen rules. It's made with listens. I got it. Does Dag get one?
Yeah, Dad gets one. If you're setting him on watch, or you're just going to tell him to
Yeah.
sleep?
He doesn't need much sleep. He's young. Well, he was young when me dad had him.
Bobbin will take the watch with Dag and then one of the other NPCs.
Right, so it all seems fairly quiet. There's the normal noises you hear, and then Earl, you do hear the sound of a struggle, and it's coming from over by the nomads.
Right, I'll quietly walk over there. I'll literally then again, who's on guard duty
With you?
Yeah.
That would be one of the centaurs, but he'll be quite noisy because it's very hard for them to sneak.
I'll turn around to the centre and go, there's something up over there, stay here. If I start shouting, kick everyone away. I mean, don't kick them, obviously, because you'll orbit them, but and then I'll sneak off towards where the thing's coming from.
Right, so do you want to do your, are you just moving quietly, or are you doing
I am
quietly hide?
moving quietly. I'll move quiet and hide.
Right, so...
Oh, I am moving silently like a ninja.
So that's a plus 50% on your hide roll as well. So,
oh yeah, I'm aware. I'm invisible.
Right.
The ghost!
You sneak over, the campfires are dying, they're just embers, and you can see where the nomads are. There's one of the bodies is it looks like there's one on top of them, and they're having a struggle. They're making some sort of strangling, gasping noises. It's very quiet.
Is it a struggle snuggle?
Well, make an insight roll.
No.
You're not sure.
Is one of them facing down?
It does.
And the
It
other
does
one...
sound like one of them's getting stabbed, though.
I'll lean over and go, lads, pack it in when you were trying to catch the murderer.
Right. The cover flies back. There's a woman there, just like, I'm sorry.
Shut up. Don't recognise her.
You do. It is one of the 6 girls who joined the caravan later on.
And what's the guy like?
Very happy, as it happens.
Doesn't have a smile from ear to ear, does he?
He does, but not like Joker type smile.
All right, okay. All right, get back to it, but keep the noise down. I'll creep back over and go, they were just shagging.
Right. So, did anybody else succeed in the listen rolls?
Yes.
Nope.
And Bobbin is on.
Kane, you on your watch hear a low humming noise coming from where over by where the priest and his acolytes are.
Right, and I'm on watch with
You are on watch with... You are on watch with Albrecht the Bearwalker.
God, my favourite one. Right, I hear some noise coming from over there. I'm gonna go check it out. If I make any noises, wake the group up and come and help me. But hopefully all is well.
Okay.
And then I'll head on
Caves
over.
alive.
I'm not gonna attempt to be quiet because that's not gonna happen. And I just don't like doing that.
Right, so you clank over in your metal armour. You see them sitting around the campfire, and they seem to be doing some kind of low ritual chanting together.
I'll just observe for a little while. Not like... Don't want to be like right next to them observing, but... And just...
Right, okay,
see if anything comes...
Give me a cult though. They are definitely wearing Seven Mothers runes, but they're not sort of performing any ritual of Seven Mothers. To be fair, you don't know a lot about them, but you did succeed.
Okay.
You can be a member of lay members and initiative multiple cults.
Yeah, like I'm a lay member of All-Amp, for example. Yeah.
Plus, you have very limited knowledge. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, okay, I guess that checks out. And there's nothing else untoward. That is the thing I've saw on my watch.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll head back to the camp and just go over to him and be like, just a false alarm. Some people doing a ritual of sorts. Nothing untoward. And then I'll
right, old friend.
And then I'll just continue with my watch until it's over.
Right, the rest of the night passes peacefully. Dawn breaks. Everybody gets up to.
Right, I'm up at dawn, and before anybody else goes near, I'm going to walk the perimeter and check if anyone crossed the perimeter.
Right, your trap has not been tripped. Apparently, it's you can't see any footprints in it.
Cunning.
And then there's an almighty screeching baboon noise coming from over by the baboons.
I'll wander over to the baboons.
Right, they're all hopping up and down, going, ah, ah, ah. One of them lies dead next to the campfire.
It's not the guy with the robe.
It is the guy who came to see you about the gem.
Oh, God, McLovin's killed him. Does he look like he's got that thing on his neck?
The thing on his neck?
Like, what did he die of?
Yes. He does have marks around his neck and bruising.
I take it they've bounced around the place like maniacs.
Yes.
Okay, I'll look for any footprints that aren't baboons, since baboons have quite distinctive footprints.
Right, you can make me a track roll. It will have to be...
I'm quite good at tracking.
You are quite good at tracking. So that's succeed by 30.
I will get feckin' Dag to have a sniff and look.
You do see some footprints. Obviously, there's a lot of people walking around the camp. It seems to be some human footprints, but you can't discern anything other than that.
Dag got a 7 on his track by scent. With his 80% skill.
Yeah, with his track by scent.
The footprint. Human. Is it wearing shoes?
It is wearing shoes, yes.
Tall, short, heavy, light.
It does look like a small human. Smallish.
Right. Get a stick, measure the tip of the print to the heel of the...
Detective will.
Nobody move!
Nobody move.
I'll turn round to Kane and go, put a perimeter up, don't let anyone near here. McLovin, make sure no one comes close. Me and the Dag have got our head down in a footprint. We're both sniffing it, by the way.
Okay, I'll put up a perimeter, and by that I mean stand
Draws
there.
his sword.
Draws his son goes, if anybody moves, I'll cut your fucking legs off.
Pretty much. I'll look fierce.
It's not a flipper, so it's definitely not the duck.
Oh, but he's so glad that you're exonerated, eh, Andy?
Well, you know, I had a feeling we were going to try and pin
Is
it
the
on
duck
her.
wearing high heels?
Well, it's not the dragon newts instantly then.
True. Or the centaurs.
I don't know.
Not hoofy enough.
Andy, are you wearing high heels?
Not at the moment.
Only when he's clubbing.
Only on Friday
Oh,
night.
sorry, did you mean me or the duck?
The duck.
No,
Unless
the
you
duck
have
definitely
flippers
not
as
wearing
well.
high
Right. I have a footprint. I will get 2 sticks and use them to measure the width of the footprint and the length of the footprint. So I've got like a little crucifix thing with another little stick at the bottom for the width of the heel. So I've got a crucifix with 2 sphinxes and 1 crew.
And all we need now is somebody to invent quickset and plaster of Paris.
Right. So, are you going to get Feck and Dag to follow the tracks?
Yep. Me and Feck and Dag will follow the tracks.
Right. It's a special
Krodens,
success. I can't argue.
keep
with
an eye on this.
Right. Feck and
Your
Dag.
Krodens.
Oh yeah, that's me. You! The
Hey.
other one that's not me, keep an eye on.
Got it.
I'll have a look around. Is there any deerstalker hats? Or does anyone have a magnifying glass?
No, because glass is the purveyor of the dwarves.
Ooh.
Right. However, Feck and Dag, with his special success, catches hold of a scent, leads it round starts leading it round the camp.
Follow the Dag.
Right. You follow him round. The path winds round several wagons, leads straight towards that trollgrim with the funny cut off ears. Gets right to that, and then turns to the right, and then follows round to the site where the pilgrims are, and he walks round in a circle there. And then it walks over, avoiding the priests. It sort of goes around in a right circle, avoiding the priests, and then it cuts through the middle of the Lunars, and it heads over, and it goes to the part of the camp where the 6 young women who joined the camp came on. Obviously, they had all run over to the baboons, so he starts sniffling around there.
'Tis a woman's footprint.
And they're women.
That's right.
Sherlock
Nice.
Krodens.
You are so good at this.
I'm defective. I mean, I'm a detective. Wasn't that lass that tried to rip us off amongst them?
No, she was actually one of the Lunars.
All right, okay.
No, those are the dress like an elder worshippers, i.e., not very much, wearing like silks and sashes and normal looking clothes.
Okay. See if Dag follows them back.
Well, he's followed the footprints back to this. Well, you assume the footprints. He's followed the scent trail back to their bit of the camp. Everybody else has rushed over to the baboons to see the corpses and like gasp, Poirot style, like a murder.
Murder.
Inside,
a murder
inside a great market. And the dog sort of stops and sits down after sniffing around.
Is he sitting at a particular spot where one person would sleep? Like, is there an indentation in the grass where someone sleeps?
Well, they've got bedrolls laid out there, yes.
Is he on a bedroll?
Yes.
Awesome.
Hang on a minute. If there was a market up, how come the murder didn't set the market thing up?
I'm thinking that as well, which means we could have some serious magic shenanigans about to go down.
Aye.
We might need a steak and some fire.
Are you hungry, like? Cook a nice juicy steak.
I am legit hungry.
I am
No
legit
joke.
quite hungry as well. I'm going to make bacon sandwiches in a bit. But that's a subject for later.
It's 10:05. Do you want to push until 10:30 and call it 10:30?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yep,
We're just getting into our swing now, man.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
early doors.
Right.
We need to play more often.
So
we need
you
to
told
know
Kane
who slept.
You told Kane to make it.
Keep people away from there.
Yes, and what did you tell Andy to follow you, or what did you tell Brissy?
I know Andy's keeping an eye on stuff and McLovin's with me.
Right.
So Andy's going to keep an eye if anyone does anything strange.
Yeah, like for example, if where the people are milling about by the baboons and they go off with the dog, and if there's anybody who's looking pointedly in their general direction, who you would expect to be looking at the corpse.
Who's looking incredibly nervous.
Yeah, or just generally shifty.
Let's have a go then, Andy, and have a. I know you've got insight somewhere. No, you don't notice anybody that's that well, or you may have failed to notice them, shall we say?
I never noticed jack shit, mate.
Unobservant, but he has a sharp, pointy sword.
Yeah, he's just drawn his sword and he's just holding it out, going, nobody's moving.
Go and I'll turn right to McLovin. Get the caravan master and ask him to come here.
Right. Okay, I'll sort her off. Get the caravan master.
Right, yeah, have a quiet word in his shell, like, and he comes over.
The murderer slept here.
How can you be sure?
I'll look at the dog and go, feckin' dog.
So it's one of those women that joined the caravan.
Right.
So what do you think we should do?
Well,
Nothing for now.
trial by combat. No.
Wish I was there. It's so annoying.
Do we have a duck?
Burn the witch!
Well, do we have a... You see, there's this whole theory about burden of proof, and we're in the wilderness, we could just start killing people till one of them admits it.
Okay.
I look at him deadly seriously, by the way.
He's like, okay, but how did they manage to do this inside a market?
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. How can you do this in a market?
It's impossible if somebody is...
No, it's not impossible. It was done. Unless your spell's broken, which I don't believe it is.
If anybody
right?
If anybody's has an intent to perform a bad act that would in a bad act within the market, then I would know about it.
So if I was outside the market and I used some sort of sorcery to control you like a puppet, and you killed something in the market, you wouldn't have the intent to do it.
No, that's true.
So It's not infallible.
It's not. So what do we do? Do we just torture all 6 of them? Do we arrest them or?
Well, we could go and say hello and talk to them and find out what's going on, and then if they're a bit hinky, we can start with the old
Earl?
Yes.
So what you just said is basically it triggers off the intention to do a bad act, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, what happens if from that person's perspective, it's not a bad act?
Oh,
for them,
crap.
it could be like, it could be, from their point of view.
That is actual genius.
I'm going to worship my god by killing someone. That's not a bad act.
It wouldn't be evil, would it?
It wouldn't be, not in their point of view.
Oh,
so does it trigger off the general point of view or the person's
This is killing me. This is absolutely killing me.
Why?
It's not with.
We will have this conversation while walking back home.
Yeah.
So
we both come back to our camp with deer stalkers on, smoking pipe.
Yeah.
So Watson.
No. You're Watson. I've got the fucking dagger. I'll turn round and say, it's all right, everyone. I've just got to ask a couple of questions, and then we can carry on. Does anyone think killing people is fine and there's no consequence to it? I'll see if anyone puts their hands up.
No, nobody puts their hands up.
Wait, quick question. What did you find?
Oh, right. You see these 6 girls here? It's one of them. I know if the show's where they sleep, I can show you which one it was. But we can't work out how they did it without doing the market. So they're either being controlled by sorcery or they don't think killing people's bad.
Are you shouting this out loud?
Oh, yeah.
They're like, what? Us? What do you mean?
Right. I do have a way to detect truth, and I could use it and question them, if that is something we want to do.
That would be fantastic. All we need you to do, ladies, is answer a question each to this gentleman, and if I'm wrong, I will humbly apologise and I will pay all of your expenses.
Well, okay then.
So, this gentleman is going to ask you a question. If you would just answer him yes or no.
Right, I'm going to cast Detect Truth.
Yeah.
How do I cast rune spells again?
It just happens.
You cast your rune.
Okay.
But like I said, you don't have any penalty for failure, so unless it's a stressful situation, it just counts as working.
Does me being near people make it stressful?
It makes it stressful for the DM, yeah.
We'll gather them up, like next to each other, and I'll go from to each one, asking if they killed someone last night.
Did they? I would be even more specific than that.
Did you kill that baboon? That specific baboon. I don't know does it have a name that we know of? That's just.
You see, whatever they did, they may not consider as killing.
Each of the baboon.
Did you harm, or
no? That would set it off as well.
You touch.
No touch would do it.
Did you touch each of the baboon last night? I'll go through each one.
This year, no, it doesn't trigger or detect truth.
Okay. I mean, once I've got up, do you have any idea if do you have any suspicions of anyone that could have... I may as well use up the rest of the spell.
Yeah, go.
You don't just get to ask one question, you know. You literally have a lie detector on.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's why I'm asking multiple questions.
I think you're very handsome.
That's
I
great.
think there's any way we could ask them a question.
You said, is there anybody you suspect? She says, well, the dragon you could have done it because, like, you know, dragon you to weird.
This is true.
Which is true.
Except if he'd done it, he'd have pulled the feckin' head off.
Also, the footprints would be more dragon-newty, I suspect.
Could I look at your feet, ladies? I take it they're all about the same size. There's not one who's, you know...
Yes, they're all about
quite
the same
into butter. Could I look at your hands? None of them look like, you know, strangly. Like they've not got little cuts in them or anything. I will examine carefully their hands for evidence.
Right, make a first aid roll, I'm guessing. Right, they start crying, the handkerchiefs and like, this is not fair.
No, I have no idea.
Right, so, one of them says, okay, we can do my foot first. And she holds her foot out. She sits down and holds her foot out.
Right, I'll check her foot with my little crucifix thing.
Right, you bend forward to check her foot with the little crucifix thing. Right, you bend forward and you're like, hang on, that crucifix thing fits exactly. Just as you do that, the sash that she was crying into using as a hanky whips around your neck, and she starts to choke her. All the women immediately stop crying, and they've all got like rictus grins on their faces.
Oh, this is bad. Oh, sorry.
Bad. Right, I've pulled my sword and get engaged.
Right, one steps forward to you.
Oh, God.
Choking. Choking.
Yes, we're figuring it out.
Strangling bad woman.
Earl, you've got love in 100. Breathe through your ears.
Oh, yeah. See?
Oh.
Right. My plan has come together, so you can use that affinity. You are loving this plan coming together.
I'm loving this plan coming together.
McLovin it.
You are indeed loving it.
McLovin it.
Right, Earl, she pulls it tight. It slips under your armour and starts to choke you. It's only the fact that you've got your red impregnable skin that she hasn't snapped your windpipe instantly. And she goes, you idiot, we're helping these people. We're removing all of the horror and the pain from their lives, you fool.
I'm going to remove your head.
And then she starts to choke out to death, which is awesome.
The bitch.
I'll whip my axe out and take a swing at her.
Hold on, because I need 6. We need a cracked Pavis.
She tried to kill me. It's joking.
Right, there's Earl being throttled to death.
Oh,
I haven't got the map up yet.
No, I've still got the main map.
I know. I'm setting everything up so you go, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Average sneeze.
Right, so there you go. Can we have some initiatives, please?
I've been chucked by experts.
Right.
Nana Driggs used to choke me with one hand. She could lift us above her head. You call that a choke, and that's pathetic.
You do understand that's coming out as...
I'd love to know what the rest of the camp's doing this time. Just on there going, take photos.
Right, well, they're all surprised, so we need a bit of a combat-y thing going on first. Right, so, first of all, I need to make a choke roll on L. You'll like that.
Oh, yes. I'll turn around and go, the safety word is banana.
Right. Right. She's like, I've got 90% of this. What's going on? She's
I have that effect on things.
Right. The ladies are twirling. The combat style seems almost like dance, and they're whipping round these sashes.
Were you in a Bond film?
Right. So first up is Kroden, who's currently being choked.
I will disrupt her in the face.
Right. Okay.
You really trying to ride that power tech train still?
I am failing at the power tick train. I'm letting her get a false sense of security.
Next up, we have Mr. Pavis. You don't have your weapons drawn, Andy. You're standing there watching that. You suddenly see these 6 women turn into seeing a warrior princess, and one of them starts choking her.
Right, well,
and you're fairly sure he hasn't paid for it, because he normally pays for it.
This is where he sits down and starts cooking a sausage and watching. Ooh, you're pretty good.
Yeah, I shall draw my short sword and rush over, and if I've got enough movement or time or whatnot, what I'm aiming to do is I'm aiming to cut the sash.
Right. Okay. Make a straight up roll.
A what?
A sword roll.
Ah, right, yes. Okie dokie.
The sash that's round my neck.
Yeah,
Thank
well,
God for that.
obviously, if she's got all of it, I'm going for the...
I was just, worrying about the whole fumbling situation in my whole head.
Well, yeah.
No, I'm going for the bit of sash that's sort of between you and wrapped round her hand.
It's very close to my nose. I'm just saying. And I'm attached to that.
If I happen to hit a hand by mistake, well, oh dear.
Hit on the girly side of the equation and not the blokey side.
Right.
Yeah, basically.
Well, luckily, Andy, you surpass at your aim shot, which is half normal chance. So you come down, and although you do cut through it, it's not just like simple cloth that you're cutting through. There's quite a bit of resistance as you hack through it, almost as if there was like a leather strip in there or something.
I thought there might be.
Yes. So, you fall backwards. You're sitting there gasping for breath, but Andy severed the thing for you. Next up, you have Kane, who has his sword ready.
Do we just kill this one? That's the question.
No.
Yeah.
Were they all acting like we'd spoiled their plan?
They all have Richter's Harley Quinn style grins. They're all whipping their because you remember
it's chopping time.
Remember I said
head over here. I don't want to fucking
head over here. Start spit roasting people.
Hopefully. Okay.
And he does proceed to spit roast.
Right, let me see, because they're not wearing any armor. Like I said, they're wearing silks and
dodge and stuff.
Yes. So hang on. Right, I'm just checking which buttons it is. Right, it should have been that one. Right, she fails a dodge. You stab her in the abdomen. She falls to the ground.
I bet he just dead mechanically just walks over and this woman dancing in front of him. Slunk, flop, neck.
She doesn't cry out in pain or anything. She's just still got that crazy ass rictus grin on her face.
Oh God.
Well, she likes death. You're delivering it. It's your job.
Next up, we have this one here. She shouts, "Fly, sisters, fly! There are too many of them." And she turns and makes a acrobatic jump roll type of thing. She vaults over the top of one of the wagons, pushes her way past the stunned crowd, vaults over one of the wagons and disappears over the other side.
I wonder how fast they are.
Right, next up we have the one who is just had that cut away from Earl. She screams, and while still giving you the grin, she rolls a special. Right, so you take she lashes out with her fist, but not in a normal punchy type of way.
I will dodge.
Right, go ahead.
I'm not good at this.
You fail.
See?
She rolls minimum damage, and she punches you in.
Don't fail it.
Yeah, in the left leg. She goes to punch you in the knackers and like hits you in the leg just to the left of your knackers, but it doesn't get through your armor.
I look her straight in the eye and go, "I'm going to jam a sausage into your dead mouth."
It's McLovin.
Oh my God.
Right.
What's wrong with?
I'm going to move up to there and engage that one.
Right, I'm going to put a little tag on her to say she is busy running. Oh, not that one. Right, she's running. Right, you're engaging this one. You run over to that one. Okay, go ahead.
It'll just be a normal attack one.
Yeah.
Bam!
Right, she fails to dodge. Right, are you hitting the one-handed axe that's on your character sheet or on your little bar?
Yeah, I'm hitting the one that's on my character sheet.
If you hit your token and then press the one on the bar, it does your hit location and everything at the same time.
Right, okay.
That's why
Like magic.
You've got axe and blade sharp 2 axe. So currently you're using your axe.
My bad.
So if you roll it, because we know you hit. Right, so it's a hit on the abdomen for a D8 plus. Oh no, sorry, yours is less damage than that. It's a D6 plus 1 D4.
Possibly.
Need a D4 now.
Ouch. Right, you hit her in the abdomen and she goes down.
Are we purposefully hitting them in the, is this a thing? Is this a thing we do now? Are we them people?
Sorry, I've got a legitimate claim now to scream, shows your axe wound.
Oh, God.
Right, next up is the one that Bracey's hit, and she tries to grapple you from the floor. That was the wrong one, hang on. Right, Bracey, she tries to grab you around the leg. Are you going to dodge?
Oh, yes.
Right, go on. You succeed by more than her. So, right, she goes to grab you around the leg and you literally lift your leg up out of the way and go, psych. Right. This one is going to make a run for it as well. What's that one? What's skill? Skill's 30%, right, so it's a trained skill. Right. She runs for it and slides underneath the wagon.
Bowman, get the right run, I'll get the left.
And she runs
Can't
for
see
it.
the right runner. The right runner's put the car between us and...
Don't worry.
Next up, we have the one lying on the floor. And she is going to try to grab your leg. And she succeeds. So what would you like to do?
I mean, I can't parry. I have to dodge it, right? Like grapple.
You can parry, but then she'll grab your shield.
Okay, I'll just try and dodge, I guess. Like, she's on the floor, right? So she's grabbing me legs.
She's trying to grab your leg. Basically, you put the shield on the floor to block her, then she will grab you by the shield.
Well, I'll still be able to attack her next round if she grapples me. Okay. Sure, I'll just try and dodge it. Not at all trying to chase a dodge tick.
Next up is Super Bobbin.
Alright, the one that fled north. Would I be able to get line of sight on that with?
If you make either a jump roll or if you make a jump roll to jump over the thing, or a dex ×3 roll to roll underneath the wagon.
Jump roll would look so much cooler.
Yeah, it's a baboon, so he like jumps, literally like puts his hands on either side and then just vaults clean over the top.
Yeah, we're doing a jump roll. It's actually just the same for that, actually. So we'll just do. And we'll hope. No, it fails.
No, he
he
can't get into line of sight this round.
Okay.
So that puts them 2 lengths apart on the chase table. Next up, we have Average Sinead. Right. She is going to run off this way. So that's what I'm just putting the little tokens on to say that she's running. She's run off that way. And she's not dead. And next up is the end of the round. And let's make a train skill for her. Success, right? So she's moved the distance. They're still in bow shot range if you can get a line of sight on them, but it's using the chase rules now. Right.
Oh, it's all right. I'm going to cheat.
Right, Krodens, sir.
I'll cast mobility.
Right. You cast mobility. Yours is still undamaged, you know, the one that's trying to choke you.
Yep, but now I'm faster than she is.
Right, you successfully cast mobility.
I can't do anything else this round, can I?
Lightning crackles around your legs. No, you can't.
What? Right, what is this?
Just the flash. Mr. Quacktavish.
Meep, meep.
I shall attack the one that I cut the scarf thing of the last time.
Right, you can certainly go ahead.
Right.
Oh, you didn't die.
Yeah, that's all I like to see. Let me consult my little fumble thing.
Not nearest friend. Not here.
No, lose it. Next attack, parrying any dodge. Right, basically, you overextended yourself. She sidesteps. You stick your sword into the ground, and then you're trying to pull it free of the hard dirt.
Yeah.
Well done.
Terrific.
Kane, sir.
She grappled me on the floor. I'm just gonna
stab her. You get a bonus to hit.
Okay.
Hacksaw her head off.
You get a 40%.
Okay.
Just as well.
Yeah. Just as well.
It's 98 though, it's still a miss.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 0-0 is only miss, isn't it, Rich?
Yeah, 0-0 is a fumble. It's always a fumble. And I'm sure 96 to 90.
No, I think you can still hit at 99 if you've got high enough skill.
I'll allow it. She's lying down in front of you and she's basically hanging onto your shield, go and stab me somewhere in the chest. Right, so roll your horrendous damage, Mr. Kane.
Yeah, I'm just it's 1d8 8 plus me. Does this work? It does.
Yeah, it does.
She's probably not well now.
Yeah, you plunge your sword straight into her chest and it goes all the way in and she dies.
I forgot that was
horrible death.
And then can I move for the rest?
I'll shout, get this bint off us.
You can move 4 squares. Remember, the ones with the little lightning symbols are not on the map. They've ran in all directions. So you would have to chase them.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to chase after the one to my left.
Okay.
I'll just move to next to her, I guess.
Right.
She's ahead of me, obviously, but just to show that I'm chasing her.
Right, the one at the north has succeeded in evading and increased the distance between the two of you. Right, the one fighting Earl, no, she's going to try and kill Earl, so she is going to attempt to grapple you. Right, it's a success, Earl. She grabs you round the neck. Sweet! She grabs you around the neck.
I will channel my air affinity and dodge out of the way because I am like the wind.
Right, go on then. Yeah,
Nice.
you get a tick on your run and you get plus 30% to your dodge.
Oh, balls.
So you got 65%. You just feel. Right, she grabs you around the head. She's gone. I'll send you to see the Flesh Man.
I've already seen him.
Next,
did he have eyes?
Next up we have NC Lovin.
Right. Is the one I've decked, does it look like she'll be going anywhere, or is she lying there with her guts hanging out?
She's lying there. Her legs are incapacitated, but she can still crawl.
Right. In that case, then, I will move down to get the one that's trying to throttle Earl.
Right, okay.
And I will smack the crap out of her.
Right, even with a 20% bonus, she fails to grab your leg on the way past. Because that would have been funny as fuck. If you just fell face first. Right, go on and stabby.
Jesus.
Will you stop killing me?
Epic fail. Right. Right, she is going to cast Heal 2. And fails. Well done. Everybody's got...
Well, is that the one that's injured to the right of Bobbin?
Yeah, the Bracy just left.
Okay.
Right, she needs to make a roll. Failure. So if you make me a Dex times 3 roll, please, kid. As an opposed roll. Just roll D100 and it's got to be under your Dex times 3.
Okay.
Right. Oh, right. She gets away because she gains two levels of success on the chase table. So she's gone, baby.
No wonder these are killing shit. The people in this caravan are useless. They all deserve to die.
I'm going to change it to a ninja because she's gone. Ninja. Right. Next up, we have her on the ground, who is out of it. Yeah. Next up, Bobbin.
I mean, he's not going to catch that one to the north. It's done. It's done. That's a done deal. So he's going to shoot a sling at the one to his right.
Okay, look on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a 20% bonus.
Really?
Now
Bobbin? Come on. dude.
Okay.
You're
We are
supposed to
not
be
doing
slow.
well today.
She's going to make another run. Yes, she succeeds. She ninjas out
She's
of there.
gone as well.
Do you think it's trying to take one of these alive?
Nah, they can't get very far.
Well, she hasn't quite gone because Earl can still catch her with his mobility
Catch 'em
if he can get free.
I'd be a bit choked.
And next up, we have Krodens again. She has hold of you by the head, Earl.
I will grab the sausage out of my pocket and smack her in the mouth with it.
Really? That's what you do?
Okay, unarmed attack.
I punch her in the head with sausage.
You do, in fact, punch her in the head with the sausage. That's a D3 damage and D6 grossness.
Three plus D4 damage mod, isn't it?
Yeah.
For me. 5 damage.
Nice.
Oh, and you'll want to know where.
Isn't it 1d3, not 1d6?
Yeah, but I couldn't find the D3 button.
Okay.
Right, she has taken 5 damage in the leg.
I'll smash her. I'll stab her with the sausage like it's a knife.
Right? you smash her in the side of the kneecap. There's a horrible crack and she falls to one leg.
I'll look at it straight in the eye and go, I did warn you, and I'll get the other half of the sausage.
Right, Mr. Pavis.
I'm still trying to pull my sword out the ground, aren't I?
You are. Oh, yes, you've missed a round, don't you? Yeah, that's true. Kane.
After failing about to chase this person, how far away am I from the location on the board there?
You did. You ran a full 24 meters.
Okay, I'll run back 24 meters, which will be a whole turn, so I'll be there.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Alright, she's going to make a run for it. And she fails. Okay, so she's still catchable. The one who has Earls is going to attack and try to do damage to your head because she has hold of it, but she fails.
You really don't like me, do you?
She's like,
Genuinely, you dislike me, and I don't know why. I've been nothing but nice to you.
She's got hold of you by the throat, her leg's broken, she's like, I'm gonna kill you! But all the while with this big smile on her face. Right, next up, McLovin.
I'm going to smack the one that's on Earl again. Jesus.
Do you get... Oh.
She is on one knee. She has got Earl's head, the hands around Earl's sword, but she's on one knee, so you get a 20% bonus. So that just hits.
Chop off something so I can finish her off and get running.
All right. So, how much damage is that? 1d6?
1d6 plus 1 plus 1d4.
1d6. 9. That's coming off.
10 total, right, actually?
Yeah.
Plus 1.
Yeah, it doesn't come off. It cuts right down to the bone, though.
Does she look shocked?
She looks unconscious and she passes out.
When she opens her mouth because she's shocked, I'll slap the sausage in it as I stand up and start running.
Right, she opens her mouth and goes, oh, and then you stuff the sausage in, and then she passes out and is bleeding to death on the floor.
I'll run north while eating the sausage out of my other pocket.
Right, okay. Okay, Earl runs off like the Flash up north. Unless you run 96 to 100, you will catch her.
I take that as a challenge.
Yeah, this is where Earl fails.
Yeah, it falls straight in his face.
No, right, Earl can run her down. Right, Andy recovers. There's still one on the floor with both legs and abdomen disabled. who's trying to heal herself. And she casts heal on herself this turn, but she can't stand up yet. Right, she does heal her wounds.
Okay.
And she's dead. Next up we have Bowen.
He's gonna attempt to sling her again.
Okay.
Come on, Bowen, you can do it, I believe. Can he speed that, actually, and sling in the same turn?
Yes.
Okay. Well, he's gonna attempt to do that, then. What is his power? 14. So yeah, that's a success.
Yeah.
That's cool. And then he will attempt to sling her. So it'll be 6 damage. Because the speed adds 3.
Right, that disables her arm. And it.
Just keep disabling all her limbs. She'll just be a torso.
No, she's on 0 hit,
Seen that film?
0 hit points, so she is down and bleeding to death.
Bobbin will do a jig.
Right, okay. So, has anybody else got mobility?
Yep.
Right, you can't see the two with the ninja signs on. They've disappeared out of camp and legged it. And you can't see them now. But Earl is running down the other one. Earl, what do you want to do to the other one?
I'll run after her while barking like a dog.
Okay.
And screaming, I'm coming to get you, I'm coming to get you.
Honestly, what on earth?
I'll get my spear out and my shield as I'm running. Because I can't fire on the move, can I?
No.
With mobility. Right, spear and shield.
Right, okay, so when she sees that there's only you by yourself, she stops running and forms a martial arts type fighting stance and then comes for you.
I'll throw the sausage ahead of me and then run after it with my spear.
Alright, go for it, Earl, go for it. You're quicker.
Where's throw for this?
Go on.
Where's the throw skill for me?
Crit her right in the mouth with
There
your
isn't a
sausage.
throw skill anymore, and it's just a dex roll.
I will roll dex to throw my sausage.
Right. You strike her viciously with the sausage in the right leg. She's like, what the fuck? And then you stab with the spear, no doubt.
In her abdomen. Did she get distracted by the
She
sausage?
was distracted by the sausage. You do 8 damage to the abdomen and she falls to the ground. Oh god, just keep stabbing him in the abdomen.
Every
Sausage
single one of them
tactics.
is stabbed in the abdomen.
Right, so she attempts to fight from the ground, fanatic style. Are you just going to keep stabbing her on the ground until she
No, I'll
dies?
just keep running past. I mean, I literally run her through. You know, when you stab someone, just run past. I'll run past
Right.
and then start circling round while barking like a dog.
Right, okay. Short story long. You butcher this poor woman.
I'll pick my sausage up and start heading to the one near Crane.
No, she's disappeared.
She's gone.
As per the chase rules, she's disappeared into the countryside. You can't say where she went.
Yeah, 2
I
miles
won't
from
need to
escape.
see where she went. Track time. Was she flying? No, then I'm tracking.
Yeah, but she was a magical, mystical ninja woman.
It's all right. I can't track her either because I'm a magical mystery woman.
Yeah.
Where's Dag?
Right, dog's back in the camp. You've left him.
I'll whistle Dog up and head towards the other one on the right and see if he can pick up a trail.
Right. What? Right. We'll get back to camp. because it's 10 to 11 now. You get back to camp.
I'm eating my sausage, by the way.
You get the bodies together, and that's where we'll call it for tonight. And we'll.
Did many people see what just happened?
Nobody saw you running a button like a dog. No.
Oh gosh.
So that's tonight's session. I'm just going to stop the recording.